Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Mr. Primetime.
Victory Tuesday calling. Welcome back, man. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Victory Tuesday, bye week Tuesday, which is fun. So we got a lot of excitement going on.
Haven't talked to you since the game, man.
I know.
You didn't reach out to me. Fuck.
Listen, man, I was busy on the stream. Then we had to do a recap video, and then
people missed you last night.
I had to teach, man. I got to teach, and it's just I've been busy, man. I'm training for this race that's on Saturday. It's a challenge in Philadelphia, and it's gonna rain all night Friday night and all Saturday morning. So it's
how long's the race?
It's a 5K race, and then once you're done, you line back up and you do a 10-mile race. So it's 13.1 miles. Yeah, easy your ass. So it's gonna be pretty interesting, but the rain's not ideal, but we'll see what happens. But who cares about that?
No
Couple quick
excuses.
things. Thank you to everybody that's been buying our hoodies, our sweatshirts, and everything, our long sleeve shirts. We're gonna probably place the order tomorrow, Wednesday. We'll get them out in a couple of weeks. So we appreciate everybody being patient with us. We're not an apparel company. We're getting questions about sizing. We do, but we assure you that it's next level stuff. It's next level material. They're very nice. Like Primetime's wearing one right now. It's be a black version of that. So It's really cool material. And what else we got? Oh, and thank you to Justin Gray, too. Today on Twitter, he gives a big shout out. A couple of people just promoting our channel. We appreciate everybody that supports us, man. Wild times on these social media waves. And we appreciate everybody that mentions us. I know that we're not for everybody, as for the last 2 days. Fine.
No, we're certainly unique. We do our own thing, and we appreciate everybody that supports us. But we had a few conversations last night about this also. We're definitely not for everybody. We're getting a lot of the "I told you so" messages. After the win about Zach Wilson. It's like, dude, like we're gonna give our opinions week to week. That's what this show is. We're not gonna change. So.
And what's up to my good friend Elmo? Good to see you. See how
everybody's
up, Elmo? Doing. The Jets are 6-3. This is exciting. Tyrone will not be on tonight. Tyrone's actually working, so he will not be on. What else we got here? Oh, I got to add the link. I need to do that yet. I'm not on my game right now. The link is in the chat. If you want to join us and talk to us and bring whatever you want, we welcome all conversations.
This is gonna be an interesting one.
Yep.
I was fucking refreshing Twitter all day.
Yeah, it was interesting on Twitter. Interesting everywhere, man.
Yeah.
I had to just back off yesterday. People like messaged on Facebook. I'm like, dude, you people, man,
that's what we were talking about last night. Yeah, go ahead.
It's wild though. It's just like the Jets are 6-3. Like, why are people angry?
I don't know.
I'm happy. Dude, I'm happy everywhere I go. I'm happy where my Jets.
People are more concerned with being right. I'd rather the team be good and be wrong a million times out of a million. Like seriously,
or it just. The NFL is you're only as good as your last performance. So now
week to week league. It's a week to week league. We say it all the time. Yeah,
it's wild, man. It's
like certain players you can't question, you can't critique, you can't have any red flags or doubts. Just patience, trust the process. Everything's good, everything's fine. I'm like, all right.
Listen, man, we've been trusting the process.
I've been trusting the process my whole life. I still haven't given up my season tickets yet. What more can I trust? Shit.
It was just so funny, man. It's just funny, but excellent win on Sunday. Very, very exciting. This is probably the most excited the Jet fan I've been in a long time, man. Like you look forward to Sundays. You literally talk playoffs, and rightfully so. Great defense, rightfully so. Like all the credit the Jets are getting now is warranted. And I don't want to hear about excuses, dude. I don't want to hear about injuries and penalties. Save me all your bullshit. This is a legitimate, very good team that is young, on the rise, and they're growing week by week, man.
Dude, the bar is being raised, man. Can't deny it. The defense is playing at such a high level. And Gangrene David brought it up last night. Like, this is a great point. Like, this is sustainable. These guys that are here, most of it's like the last two drafts. These are young players. They're being coached up well also. Like, they've dealt with a lot of injuries. Like we've had plenty of backups on the offensive line, 3 starters out, and they're not skipping a beat. So that speaks to good coaching and a lot of young talent that's going to be here for a while. So you should be able to do this year after year and build off it.
And the one person that we don't really give enough credit to is the offensive line coach, man.
John
Look
Benton,
what he's doing with Benton. I mean, you think
Yep.
about they're replacing all these parts. And in the end of this game, they stole the soul of the Bills defense. They marched, what, 95 yards? The same thing the Packer. End of the Packer game. This was
exactly
the same exact thing, dude.
Exactly the same.
We're going to run the ball over and over and over. I give LaFleur credit for doing that, and they couldn't stop it, dude. And this is not even this isn't your best offensive line group. You're getting help coming back after the bye. You're getting Mitchell and Fant back.
And you know what helps to make that work? When your quarterback is showing that he can complete passes. You can't stack the box. You can't take away the run because he's showing that he could beat you now. So that's only going to open things up even more.
And that was it, dude. It's like it's so funny because everything we asked the Jets to do, everything on offense, like, dude, literally the preview is exactly that.
Yeah.
Everything they did was like, if you don't see anything there, run, use your legs, do all these things. The Jets did it all. And that's why it's like funny where like people are attacking, like, you guys, you hated Zach. No, we said Zach has to improve. LaFleur has to improve. They both did that, clean up mistakes, and voila, there you are.
We were honest about 3 poor performances. And like you said, we called out everything that he needed to do. The biggest thing being getting rid of the football. Like, I'll keep saying it. It's not the offensive line. As a quarterback, you have to understand where pressure's coming from, when it's going to be hitting you, and know where your checkdowns are. And on Sunday, Zach showed he could do that. You saw the stats when he got the ball out in under 2.5 seconds, dramatically different from when he holds on to it, for over 3 seconds. So
100%.
He's starting to understand that. And that's going to be the difference if he can actually make it or not.
And yes, for everybody that tagged me on Twitter, I did say, if we beat Buffalo, I will do a shotgun, but I'm not drinking this week. So I will do this next week because I got to race a couple days, man. I'm trying to watch weight and everything else.
How about this? So, if Steve promises to do a shotgun tonight, I'll do one for you tonight.
If Steve does one, that's fine. I mean, I'll do one. Cause I know Dan tagged me. I'll do it. I have no problem doing it. I haven't drank a couple
just
weeks.
Just in case anybody was tuning in expecting a shotgun tonight.
Yes.
As long as Steve promises to do one with me, I'll do one.
You know, shit's bad when you get tagged on Twitter first thing more like, you owe a shotgun. You didn't do it last night. Okay, man, I got you guys. What am I?
This chat holds receipts, man. You should know that by now.
Dude, so does our commenters.
Exactly.
So what's up, everybody? Elmo, dude, I'm down. If anybody has tickets, any kind of connections to Jets, Patriots, and Foxborough, let me know. I'm 1,000% want to go. Definitely want to go.
I might do that too.
I'm in. I'm 100% in.
I wish it was Sunday night, but
I'm happier it's 1 o'clock. Get it over with. Let's get this shit going.
I'd rather be on primetime.
You didn't miss anything, man. You missed it. It's a calm show. We're not always chaos.
Let's hope not.
No, this is
6-3 going into the bye week. What the hell are we complaining about?
Show, man. Unless you want to call in and talk some shit, I'm here for that too. Because I'm just in that mood right now.
I always love a little bit of that.
So
no, like, what's there to complain about at this point? You're 6-3. Like, this is everything we wanted to see from top to bottom, from Douglas, from Saleh, like last week from Zach. Like, this is it. Like we wanted something that we can trust in, some legitimate results on the field. This is it.
And now you're
now seeing that the pieces are possibly there. Now just improve and do it consistently.
Avoid anything the next week and a half. Like, don't be like the Giants.
No ATV races.
Just stay at it. Just enjoy it. Go out and do your thing. Party responsibly. Don't do stay off ATVs and Cabo.
Yeah. Just boats in Miami.
Yep. So it's good talking, everybody. We will go to calls. We're gonna go to our caller of the week from last week, prime time. This guy is gonna be coming. You know what's gonna happen? I'm predicting it now, though.
ST out in London. Yeah.
ST out in London. By next week, we'll have his own show. But
you know it.
Shout out from London. But while I'm at it, let me plug my channel real quick. I'm gonna play music. I'm gonna show you my art, and I'm gonna drop some.
Instead of doing a YouTube channel, I might just do like a Twitter space or something. I think there's a void there right now.
We're right, aren't we? You got a channel already, don't you?
No way, dude. I
can't.
I'm not that guy, man. I'm old. But I had to stay up. Thanks for bringing me on first, guys. I'm lead off hitter. I'm not gonna take everybody's time. Chat. Hope you guys are good. Elmo, good to see you again, cousin. But boys, I hope you guys are all right. I just wanted to chime in on a couple of things, like the videos that you guys made, after the game. And by the way, this is a face of a very happy Jets fan right now. That game was
insane. Smiles on the show.
That is so good. But the content you guys made, like leading up to the show, I couldn't agree more. It was like, think about the first point I wanted to make is like, the bye week. You said ATVs. I mean, Salah said something about he sees guys eating like nachos Bel Grande and destroying their bodies over a week. So you know what? What I wanted to kind of ask, like you and more or less the open chat was like, we have a young core of guys, and far be it for me to ever like judge someone I don't know, which I don't. But you look at young nucleus of a team that we want to keep, and they grow older. And then you look at our veterans like Mosley, who's pretty much the defensive leader of that team. You boys know how much defense means to me in particular. What do you think? Like, what's your take on this bye week? Do you Zach said he's going to go home. He's going to switch off. He's going to go back to Utah and everything. But it's like, do you think any of our players or any of our team, for that matter, are at risk of just, being on this high of winning, moving up on the power rankings?
It's a fair question, man. Because
regardless,
you're kings of the castle now, man. You're a young team getting accolades all across the NFL from the fans, social media. Everybody adores you. Wherever you go, you're the superstar. You're it. Especially in this area, man. You're kings of the town. So obviously there's always that concern, but I mean, these guys are allowed to unplug, reset, have some downtime, go enjoy yourselves. Obviously, get your workouts and stuff. But I mean, prime time, what do you think? It's a fair question, dude, because like this market can be very enticing when you're playing this well.
It's definitely a fair question. I mean, they haven't experienced this level of success, many of these guys. So yeah, I mean, does it get to their head? Do they start reading all the headlines and think that they've already arrived? Personally, I don't think so, because I think the message from Salah throughout the year has just been not too high, not too low. And I think the players have been following that. I think the biggest thing heading into the bye week is that they know they have the Patriots coming out of the bye week. Yep. They're not gonna let down for that game. I think it still eats at a lot of those guys in the locker room that they gave that game away. So knowing that they get to come out of the bye week with New England, guys aren't going to take this week lightly, I don't think.
Yo, I'm with you on that, because I want to punch the Patriots and their stupid fan base in the mouth. Yep. Like, in their home, I want to sit on their couch, I want to drink their booze, and I want to leave without saying thank you. Yep. I'm looking for that. And the second thing is, how it's so funny, Tyson. What did you do? You had that tweet. You're like, it's hilarious how somebody will attack you or something. I can't remember exactly what you said. You know what I'm talking about.
We know what it was, because it's a guy that subscribes to the channel.
Yeah, right.
And he's he goes, "You guys really suck." And he was like, he's attacking me. And I'm like, bro, you subscribed. I'm like, unsubscribe, your problems are solved. He's like, well, I don't want to unsubscribe. So you basically you want to just complain then. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, there's so many other great channels out there. Like, watch somebody else. I don't care.
The thing also, though, is like we post the link every week. Like, if you really want to complain and have your voice heard, like, click the link. Like, we let everybody on. We don't try to, silence anybody. If you got an opinion that's different, like, yeah, bring the noise. Like, don't run and hide from it.
Bring the noise. Yeah, I'm with you on that. But the point I was getting at is that you guys are right. Like, there's been this divisive fan base. As you guys aforementioned. People giving you shit about, or giving us shit, I would say. I'll carry that. I'll die on that hill with you. Like, being like, we are right to criticize whoever we want. Like, Zach played 3 games of shit. Yep. He's giving us shit. Like, yo, any fan is in his or her rightful place to talk about that. I didn't like the shit he said. Never mind his play. Yep. But like, I feel like, I think. What do you feel is the device for the fan base? I don't think it's because we've had over a decade of shit losing seasons. I think it's more the media.
I think it's just young fan versus old fan. I think the older fans that have been around a while, that have just, you're kind of beaten down. You have that same old Jets mindset where you get tired of seeing the same old shit, the same old struggles. And you're like, man, and you've seen the things, the red flags in the past. So you mentioned again, like, I've seen this before. I need to see this change this time, where the newer fans like, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. You got to trust the process. You got to believe. You got to be more positive. Like, Primetime talks about it. Primetime was that person.
Yes.
Much more positive.
I was just going to bring that up, because you met me. You met me when I was young enough, when I was still that fan. And it's not that I hadn't experienced, a lot of the losing. I experienced that plenty as a kid in the 90s, but then I had that nice run from pretty much 98 up until the Rex years, where every year, as long as the quarterback was healthy, we thought we had a chance. So yeah, I mean, like, I always wanted to trust the process. I always put the green goggles on. I hated when, my team was getting bashed on WFAN by Francesa and Russo. I I hated that shit. Like you never want your team to be the punchline. So naturally, you speak out and try to defend them. But I also think just all the different forms of, social media out there, everybody putting their takes out there. Everybody's got a YouTube channel and a podcast and a Twitter space and everything else. So it's like, I think that's part of the divide also.
Well,
There's more than just the fandom that's going into it now.
Well, that's the other thing too. It's like, like when the Jets are losing, and negativity sells, everybody's going to get their clicks. Everybody wants to complain. When the Jets are winning, but they're not, there's other things you want to mention. Some people are chasing their hot takes by promoting all kinds of like, go team, go. Everything is great. Everything is wonderful. Everything's great. Because they want to get the subscribers. They want to get their views. They want to get all these different things, but they're not keeping it real, dude. Like we can't do that. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'll sacrifice getting 12,000 views to say, what I honestly believe. Because if we sat in a bar together, ST, I'd be saying the same thing. Like, just like, we're the same people. The people we talk to now is the way we're on a tailgate. Like, I'm not going to lie to you and be like, hey, you know what? Zach Wilson played great all year. You should be in the Pro Bowl. No. Like, you know what I mean? We got to be honest about shit. And some people don't want to do that. They want to sell their soul for a like or a click. And we don't do that.
I'm with you on that. And I firmly believe that because I've watched you guys for years and you guys always bring the pain. But like for me, it was kind of the flip side of the coin. It's kind of like, people, the same old Jets. This is not the same old Jets. Like you guys said 100 times. It's like, These guys have just come out. They're new. This is like their second, third year. Like, it's not. They don't know nothing about that. So it's like I think as a fan base, my take is we need to be the 12th man. All the time. Prime time is always about. I want to start with the crowd. I want to start with the crowd first. Where they at? They sat there 45 minutes. They didn't show up. You get traffic. We know how much of a bitch it is to get to the stadium. To MetLife. But it's kind of like, it starts with the fan base. We need to be their 12th man. We need to carry these young boys and put them on our back and just praise them and promote them. And when I listen to like Boomer talking about, the secondary, they had a lot of banged up safeties. Like you can make whatever excuse you want to. They got outplayed. The Jets were the better team. The defense was lights out. I don't want to hear, Elijah Moore, this kid was like running routes like his life depended on it. Like, I don't want to hear no excuses. Like, give the Jets their due. Gang Green is here. We're fucking shit up.
I'm glad.
We've arrived. Yeah. And it is up for us to be echoing that shit. So those guys, when they come out every Sunday, whether it be home or away, it doesn't matter if there's 2 of us there. It doesn't matter if there's 2,000 of us there. We need to be there and pushing them in this, pushing them and bigging these boys up because they have surprised and surpassed every motherfucker's expectation. And I goddamn dare anybody in this chat or anybody anywhere to tell me I'm wrong because we were sat here, we would have been, can you imagine 6-3 going into the bye?
We were saying like 6 to 8 to 9 wins, just going like, 8 wins for the year. We were happy with that. They're at 6 already. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought up the crowd atmosphere too, because I don't excuse the Jets. Like I always bring it up with the PSLs and everything. They created this mess when they moved to MetLife, but now after all these years of losing, you now finally have a product that's winning. A young team that appears to be on the rise. That's giving you everything and more that you could ask for at this point. Show up and give them something. Give them something back. Like that's the least we can do. But Fireman is in his 60s, and he pours his heart and soul out every single game. He doesn't sit down. He's screaming at the top of his lungs for people to get out of their seat. He's yelling at the fucking whoever the operator is of the audio at MetLife. They're playing music as he's trying to get chants going. Like there's a reason we have a shitty environment. I'm glad the fans woke up third, fourth quarter. Like that place was raucous. That's how it should be every game. That should be the normal. Like that should be the standard.
That should be the
standard.
But
it starts from grassroots. It starts.
And listen, I agree with all you guys, but I mean, I don't like going to games. I get it. Sometimes like you look at this, the Patriot game. Everybody's all fired up. Fans are going nuts. You go, and then it's a letdown. You're like, you know what? Dude, Jet fans are loyal as shit. Just because you're not going to the game doesn't mean you're loyal. Social media is going crazy. They're getting praised. Fans are there, but it's like the Jets are, to my eyes, they're earning their stripes. They're earning their credibility with the fan base because everybody wants to buy in, but it's like, all right, is this something is this really something tangible I can believe in? Can we really buy into this team? Now you're going to see it because now everybody's going to come back, dude. You'll see the rest of the season.
They need
to be crazy.
They need to make it happen.
I guarantee they will be.
We've seen the impact at home games that Jet fans could have. Right. Peyton Manning, 41-0 in our building. Look what we did
But
to
I'm saying,
Brett Favre
but
the week
prime time,
before
like,
that.
like
Right.
the first really truly big game was the Dolphin game. The Jets came out and won it. It's like, all right, you're buying. The Patriot game, the Jets themselves made it like the biggest game of the year, and then they fall apart like that, and you're like, and the fans are disheartened. And I'm sure fans that did want to go to that game, like, you know what, I can't deal with this shit again. I'm not going to the Bills game. They sold their tickets, made their money back because, if we're being honest, for years, season ticket holders have lost money being a season ticket holder. So I honestly don't blame them. So if they get frustrated, fed up, and say, you know what, I can make a couple $100. I've lost thousands over the last 5 years. You know what? I get it. But now it's like, all right, you're 6-3. This is a legitimate playoff team now. Like the rest of the year, it's like, you know what? Tickets are still available. These games aren't sold out.
Yeah, I'm never going to get into anybody's financial situation, but if you have the means to get there and you want to make an impact, like show up for these last 3 home games. Like those 3 home games should all be wins. They should absolutely be wins. This defense is playing.
You're absolutely right. All the next 3 home games, it's not that big a tough of a schedule for the Jets. Not the way they're playing right now.
Week by week, dude. I'm focused on the Patriots. I'm not worried about anything else but the Patriots. I want that win so fucking bad.
Yeah,
and I like the
that
fact
makes 3 of us.
But that's like, I like the fact that it was on all their minds in the locker room after the game. Like Sauce Gardner's talking about, like they know, and that's like the bye week to me is coming at a good time because they're gonna get healthier. Some of these guys are banged up. You get healthy, you can get Mitchell back, get Fant, you get healthy. But then you're not going to lose focus because probably you mentioned it. In the back of your mind, you're like, it's like Patriots week. It's there, dude. If you're coming back against the Bears.
I almost wish the bye was a week later, though.
No, I
carry
would.
That momentum from Buffalo over.
Get healthier, get cleaned up a little bit.
Oh,
and then, so you know
that's a good.
If you're coming back against the Bears or come back for the Patriots, I want Patriot week, dude. And I think they'll be great. But ST, thank you so much for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Great
boys.
Call,
good night. And good. I'm going to stay up for a little bit of the show, see who else has got some heat to bring. But thank you so much for bringing me on.
Alan's got some heat to bring.
Have a great night, man.
Yeah.
Have a good night,
guys.
Man.
Maybe see you next week. Yeah.
Yes, sir. All right. So, Valen,
dude, man,
you are out of your mind, my friend. So
you better send him like every shirt that we have.
I've asked him like 10 times. TalkJetsRadio@gmail.com. You have to send me your address. We're gonna send you. I'm probably gonna send you half our inventory at this point, but. You got, dude. Thank you. That's way too generous.
You got steaks for life at Tailgate.
Yeah, and you know we'll donate a portion of that to the drive as well. We ain't taking all that. We're definitely gonna donate that. So, thank you so much, man. And give us your address, please. We need your address. But thank you. That's crazy, man. That's just nuts, crazy. But we'll keep going to the calls. We shared the link. The ball's gonna. I'll send Val an autograph. What's up, Lane? How you doing, man? Zach Wilson the Pro Bowl.
He was talking some shit last night.
He talked shit on Sunday too. I put him in timeout a couple times.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's fine. I don't care.
Link's right there. If you want to
I don't care. I'm sure he won't join. It's not a big deal. All right, we will go to Gangrene Steve-O.
Gentlemen, how we doing tonight?
How you doing, man?
Cheers to a great victory on Sunday. One of the best wins we've had in a very long time against a really good football team, man.
Cheers.
You know, let me tell you, throughout that game on Sunday, I got to be very honest with you guys. I thought after we were down,
to lie to us. That'd be kind of unfortunate.
We were down 14-3. I thought, oh shit.
Did he say hi to Elmo? I don't think he said hi to Elmo, did he?
I didn't see Elmo yet. Hello, Elmo. Elmo and everyone in the chat. How's everyone doing tonight? Sorry that Tyrone couldn't make it to the show tonight.
Not really, because you always argue with them.
Yeah. No, I haven't argued with him lately. Tyrone's a good guy. I haven't argued with him lately.
Are you guys friends again?
I got a question for Kevin. Kevin,
sure. What's up?
I said this to you last night in the chat, but if you didn't get it, that's okay. Because
Kevin ignored you is what you're saying?
What chat? What chat am I in?
Well, in yesterday in last night's show, how was MetLife when Bills fans were leaving?
I answered that.
Yeah. I couldn't hear you last night.
Was my audio bad?
Yeah, I think so.
Were you listening?
I could. Yeah, no. There was something wrong with your audio, but
Really?
what was the stadium like?
Wait a minute. If there's nothing, hold on. I understand this. So you asked the question, Primetime answered it, but you couldn't hear it. But there's nothing wrong with the audio. I don't understand the whole process.
There might have been something wrong with my audio, but from last night.
That explains it.
But from last night, though,
I'll happily talk about it again, though.
Yeah.
because they went in there very, very cocky. And the comparison I made, Tyson, you'll remember this, was in 2015, the way that we walked into Buffalo with all the Rex Ryan banners, and like we were so confident we were walking out of that building with a win, going to the playoffs, and we walked out of there silent, heads down, feeling like shit. And that's basically exactly what it was for the Bill fans on Sunday.
Were a lot of Bills fans going through tables at MetLife on Sunday?
I think there were like 2 that I saw that were broken.
I mean, it was the same thing with the
not a
Dolphin
whole lot of
game.
chaos.
The Dolphin game earlier this year, all Dolphin fans walking
There
out.
were a lot more
after the
Bill
game.
fans than there were
The
Dolphin
Jet
fans.
fans posting pictures after the game of some of the tables broken. But I got to tell you, key moments of that game was, I mean, the worst part about the game was, listen, we all know MetLife sucks. How about the freaking Skycam?
The Skycam joined the chat last night. You missed it, Tyson.
But how about the CBS broadcast in itself? It was an awful friggin' broadcast. You never get the replay you want to see, and the amount of commercials is fucking insane, man. Like the commercials, it was like I know the whole Skycam thing. Primetime, the commercials were endless, dude. It was terrible.
Like more than
it's
usual,
just the CBS broadcast. Like there was like like any pivotal play, they would show like Josh Allen sitting on the sideline. They'd show like Salah. I'm like, show the replay of the actual play. That's what we want to see. We don't care about some of this shit. Broadcast was terrible, man.
I'll tell you one thing. If the Sky Cam did not happen last Sunday, we would have gotten an early opening drive touchdown in that second half, because that gave the Bills defense a chance to rest a little bit.
Yep.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, that freaking Sky Cam blew up the drive. Luckily, Sauce Gardner got the INT back for us, and then we were able to score.
And that's the thing. The thing about that is, it's just like that's something that usually, like, the minute that happened, Romeo's like, "This is gonna be a Skycam game. This is gonna be a game." The Jets here knows we have the Heidi game, the butt fumble, all these things. Now we lost the Skycam game, and it's like the Jets are they're overcoming adversity, either big adversity, little speed bumps, setbacks, Zach's fumble, whatever it is, like little shit, and they're resilient as hell, man.
They get better as the game goes on every week.
Yep.
I mean,
they keep believing.
What was the stat? Plus 58 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Next team in second. Plus 33.
Keep believing, dude. Nothing phases them, dude. They just keep going at it.
Nope.
So, Kevin, Tyson, the moment of the game too, on that last offensive drive, what do you think was better? Running the ball down the Bills' defense or Denzel Mims' big third down catch?
That was a big catch by Mims. Allowed them to extend the drive.
I
another
said
3
this.
plays.
How
about the 4th and 1? How about the 4th and 1 on special teams? How about that?
Well, that was in the third quarter too. That was
still a huge play, though.
But that's something that we would always criticize Bowles for. We would criticize Salah last year for being too conservative.
I was
Salah
screaming.
played the game to win. They were aggressive on both sides of the ball, and they had to be. They were aggressive on special teams. They had that winning mentality. They wanted to win the game, dude. Like you can't complain about any of this shit. It's like almost everything we complained about last year with Salah, in the beginning of this year with Salah, they've changed most of that, dude. They really have.
It went from the worst defense in football to one of the best.
Yep.
Yeah.
What kind of turnaround have we ever seen like that with the Jets?
How about that?
To that extent.
That in the second half, Kevin, that sack Jermaine Johnson had on Josh Allen. What about that sack?
Great pursuit, still tripped him up. I mean,
but did you guys feel that in that game too, that the Bills' offensive line was holding the Jet defensive players most of the game? Because I felt when I was looking at replays of the game, of the game too, it felt like that all the Bills' offensive.
Did you watch the full game?
Of course I did. I felt like 75% of that game that they were holding the Jets' offensive defense.
You should do a film breakdown.
They finally called it on the play when Allen threw the ball to Diggs when it was played back. I'll tell you one thing: Bryce Huff has to play in every single game now for the rest of the season.
Well, the thing, the one thing is, we comment on your comments.
They traded.
Talking. Is this like a?
They traded Martin. So I mean.
Well, yeah,
the
trade to Jacob Martin now really does help, and we could use that pick, for the future. I guess, though, the other thing I could say is now...
I guess we can't comment on this. Can we comment on your thoughts? You're just going to preach to us for 20 minutes.
No.
How does this work?
No, not that. But
so
I'm
anyway,
just excited. Listen, I'm just excited.
So the one of your points, Steve, is...
The point is that I'm excited that we're 6-3 going into the bye. Don't have to worry about playoff.
All right, I'm done. So what I was going to say was that one of the biggest differences I think with this defense is their speed, their sideline to sideline speed. But Bryce Huff, Carl Lawson, Jermaine Johnson, like they have tangible speed on defense to get after the quarterback now, right? Like you saw it, like the Jermaine Johnson play was enormous, dude. The Bryce Huff strip sack was enormous. Like that's the biggest difference in this team. They actually have speed on defense. You right over there?
I'm good.
I couldn't fucking comment. He was talking, asked us questions. We couldn't talk.
You tried like 15 times to like interject there.
Like, I'm so excited. Shut the fuck up.
That might be call of the week, actually. Shit.
Holy God.
That was just
man. And I know. Yeah. And now I know. Here it comes. I'm a bully. I'm a jerk.
Yeah, he was excited. You cut him off.
At TRoush21. Enter my chaos on Twitter. I will answer all your tweets. I've been attacked for 2 days. I don't give a shit anymore. Jomo, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? Always love the
Jomo?
chaos. It's always funny when guys get booted. What's up, Elmo?
But
How you doing,
Jomo,
buddy?
I gave him like three. I'm like, Steve, can we comment on your comment? And he just kept talking over us. What am I supposed to do?
I think he thought he was supposed to give another comment.
Oh,
And then when you said, like, to your point, he thought he was supposed to make like another point.
oh man, I feel like I cut off a lot, but I don't know. It's funny as hell.
At least you have good good points. Like it's a fun conversation.
It's a little back
Steve
and
basically
forth.
lectures us for 20 minutes and then wants like no responses.
Yeah, it was funny. You're like, you're just gonna preach to us this whole time.
Right? It was. Right?
Oh man, that was funny as hell. But man, how are we feeling? My
Amazing.
8 out of 10 pulled through.
Yeah, right.
Fucking awesome, man. I just me personally, I felt like we were in control of that game, like the whole game, for whatever reason. Like just every single time we had a drive, other than like the first 3 and out, it was like 7-10 minute drives. It was unbelievable. Never seen anything like it from a Jets team like that I can remember at least. And
Well,
dude,
yeah,
it was
that's
just
what
awesome.
happens when Zach's taking the checkdowns. He was
Yeah.
taking the smart passes.
You bet,
taking
man.
His completion percentage was as high as it was all year. I mean, that's what
Yeah.
allows you to have those long drives.
Yep. You know, that was his most complete game of the season. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said last week, when I watched last week's
Blankets blown.
the All 22, yeah, it got ripped from the storm. There's another storm coming.
I think another hurricane coming or something like that, right? Or tropical
looks like
storm
it.
or
Yeah.
something.
It's going to be a 1 when it gets here, but we'll be all right. We've got the shutters. So, pray for the best.
But the one thing, Jomo,
But,
to your point though about the offense, like the offensive line, I don't
Yeah.
think it's getting enough credit, dude. I don't think they are because Herbig is
ass.
playing well. Agbui, I mean the tight ends and the tight ends, the wide receivers, they're blocking their asses off, dude. And these running backs, like James Robinson, stepping right in, dude. And he's powerful, dude. He drags guys and good cutbacks. He just fit right in, man. Like he's right, it's plug and play. Not the same speed as Breece Hall, but adding a lot. And then Michael Carter is just, man, it's impossible to not like him, dude. He could be a captain.
dude.
He could be a
Just a
captain on
bowling
offense.
ball, man.
Yeah.
So hard to
Hell
bring
yeah.
down.
But
He's
their
awesome.
mindset on offense is like they're ground and pound. They're playing physical. They're playing nasty, and it's awesome to watch.
You love to see it, man. I mean, that's before the season started. That's all I wanted. I wanted to see him hand that ball off 30 times a game, and that's the way to win with the young guy. As at this point, I mean, under 2.5 seconds when he's quick with that throw, he's lights out, man. Like he could get it where it needs to go. The arm angles, everything. I mean, those are the things you want to see. That's what's going to bring out the talent in him at this point. He's got to learn to settle down when he gets out of the pocket. You saw the throwaway. I loved seeing him
that.
run for the 2 first downs
Yep.
on third. One was on 3rd and 9. One was on 3rd and 5. I mean,
3rd and 5, I was
Awesome.
screaming, dude. I was yelling so
Awesome.
loud. 'Cause, like you could see it, and last week he would have threw it. He would have definitely thrown that one. And this week he stepped up. But the one thing you notice too, though, is the last 3 or 4 games before this one, he'd always drop back and go backwards. He stayed in the pocket, dude. He either stayed in the pocket and went forward. He didn't do all that falling back bullshit either, though. I think he did it once, and the play was awful. But other than that, dude, it was like LaFleur and Saleh probably just, or Calabrese were all over him this week, dude, because it was a different player.
And
Well,
I
that's
think for him,
something-
like also just like mentally knowing that he's capable of doing it now. Like
Yep.
for me, like going forward, the bar goes up now. You know he's
yeah.
capable of doing it. Like, now you just got to do it week after week.
Make
But
the
then
smart
also with the
decisions.
receivers feed off it too, though. Like Garrett Wilson gets fired up because they're
I like
getting the
Garrett
ball in
featuring
their
him.
hands, man. Like they get like it just
Not Elijah Moore.
Well, Elijah, you know what? I got to give Elijah more credit, dude, because he probably ran about 25 miles on Sunday because he is
He really
Yeah,
he's
in
going back
motion
and forth.
and
There's the light.
Ah,
sideways and
We got the full experience with Jomo.
you bet.
Oh,
You
shit.
bet. Dude, you brought him up. Garrett Wilson, unbelievable.
Yeah.
I was talking to my girlfriend's dad, who he's a longtime Jets fan. Been a Jets fan since he was born. And dude, like he said to me, he was like, Garrett Wilson is going to be the best Jets receiver of all time. And like,
Of all
dude,
time?
Oof.
that's what he said. Best Jets receiver. And
Man.
dude, I mean, he is unbelievable. Like, there's really no flaw in his game. He's got the hands.
Cleaned up the
He's
drops
got the
already.
speed.
Yep.
The drops he's cleaned up. He makes these catches are just unbelievable. Dude, did you see that ball he
Yeah.
plucked in the end zone?
Yep.
Dude,
Did-
unbelievable. We don't
did-
have guys. We don't get guys
I
like
forget
that.
who posted it, but did you see his release on that one ball up the middle,
Yeah.
like right up the seam? Holy shit! The way he got off the
Dude,
line,
He's
the little stutter step and then
unreal,
go.
man.
We
He's
actually
got everything.
we actually met her. She's actually excellent. She's an excellent person. We had a really good time.
Oh man.
Jomo, are you guys ready for us to come down to Jets Dolphins?
Hell yeah, man! I got to get a grill. I got the truck. You know, we'll have a nice little top there. I got.
I'm not sure you can handle me. I'm not sure you can handle me for 3 days down there in sunny Florida.
Dude,
I'll
we're
drive
gonna
you.
fucking
Dude,
have a great.
you won't be able to walk for 2 days. I can assure you. You'll be so drunk.
Oh
Holy
man,
shit.
there's a lot of spots out here, man. I'm out right by West Palm, so you know they're down day
You
tourist.
better
Right
brace
by
yourself,
day.
man. You better break because
Yeah,
let's be honest, that game's gonna mean something. So
Dude, it's gonna mean everything, and you know, like that's gonna be a rowdy environment. Like that stadium is going to be crazy. Like we always Jets fans always show out in Miami,
yep.
and dude, like that atmosphere and like where both teams are at now, like you know, you project they're gonna be in this position come that time, and dude, it's gonna be fucking awesome. I can't wait. Like
That's good. That's going to be a primetime game.
It is.
you hope so. Well, let's hope we
Both
get one
teams are
before
going to
then.
need it to get in.
And we'll start tailgating about 9 in the morning.
You bet.
Yeah.
You bet.
Jomo, thanks for calling,
Oh,
man. We
man.
appreciate it.
Thank you guys. It's always great talking to you.
Good talking.
Good
to
night,
you.
man.
Take care.
All right, we got Eric. I predicted my Pats would go 5-12 and get swept by your Jets because of how bad our offense would be and finish last in the division. Never thought we'd be last and everyone having a 500 record. AFC East is tough, man. Thank you, first of all, Eric. The AFC East is tough, but that game next week, man, that Jets Patriots game is a must win. You got to get that one, dude. You have to.
It's crazy.
Right.
'Cause most people predicting the first 3 division games probably had it the opposite way: win
Yep.
against the Patriots and then losses to the Dolphins and Bills. So yeah, you got to at least split though with the Patriots. Got to find a way to win that game.
Let's see. And then people kept tagging me in this. Do you see this one? It says,
Yeah, I
did
saw
you
that.
guys hear about the dude to predict the outcome of all the games we played so far by flipping a coin?
Yep.
He's nailed every pick so far.
That shit was nuts. Not a good sign for the next 2 games though.
No, it's not. But pretty wild. All right. We will go to Bubs. What's up, man?
What's up,
How's
Bubs?
it going?
How you
man?
doing, man?
Pretty good, pretty good.
How's your
Not
channel
bad,
doing?
It's going pretty good.
Now, I got a question for you. So now with a big win like
Mhm.
Sunday, do you get like all animated and fired up on your show, or do you still kind of stay reserved and all professional?
I was pretty pumped up on Sunday on the show. I mean, I was a little tired late. Hello, Mo. Because I went to the game and I was kind of tired. I was screaming and yelling a lot at the game. So
Did you say hi to Kevin when you were there?
no, I didn't. I was with a bunch of other people. I didn't see him.
Oh, wow.
So,
Prime time.
I went.
He big timed you.
Because I didn't have the grill.
was-
Probably he knew there was
Yep.
gonna be no
I was-
onions.
Yeah, I went with one of my close friends who's a Bills fan. So we usually go to the game when the Jets or Bills rather come to town.
So when you do like your game recap, are you like kind of like, because like you're always kind of calm and cool and collected there like that? Do you get a little fiery? Do you get a little passion in your voice? You kind of just keep it even keeled.
Yeah, I mean, usually a little bit more calm. I'm usually more fiery during the games, and then kind of when I talk about it and stuff, I'm a little bit more calmer.
I want to see a
Um,
fiery Bubs.
But
Me too.
yeah, I guess I could take a video of myself watching a game.
Dude, that's where you get all your clicks from, dude. That's where like Richie's great with that. Jets Media, he's
Yeah.
awesome with that. Do that
Yeah,
kind of
he
stuff,
does.
man.
Yeah, he does them like, I think he does them like every week. I see him
Yep.
all on his
Yep.
channel. So yeah, he does a good job too. A lot of good content creators around for the Jets. So It's pretty cool. But yeah, I agree with all the callers so far. I was, like I mentioned, I was at the game, and I agree with Primetime. You saying last night, like the start, it was a lot of Bills fans. I mean, it even seemed like at times it was like 55-45 Bills to Jets. You put it.
Was that many?
They got in there early, man.
There
they
was
were
a
in
lot
there
of Bills
early, and they
fans.
were loud. Yeah,
and everybody, we were where I was sitting. There was a lot of Jet fans, and they were all even saying like, you look at the lower level, it was all blue and white, all blue, red, and white, and it was just it was a lot of Bills fans. And you put it like good when you said like the Jets fans having a tough time to close up the grills and stuff and come in. But towards the end, that was by far the loudest I've heard that stadium in a very, very long time.
Yeah.
Especially in the third and fourth quarter, and leaving, you hear JTS Jets chants and all that stuff is just great. But Wilson played well this week, which was good. It just he took what the defense was giving him, played within the offense, all the things you want to see. You guys mentioned it, like he didn't step out of the pocket and roll and run all around and throw off his back foot or throw on the run sidearm. I mean, he did have the one sidearm throw, but it was a good throw. It wasn't sidearm 30 yards downfield. The play calling by LaFleur was much better. I mean, we didn't pass the ball 40 times this game and run 10, 15 times. We actually, had a good balance. But, like, I keep going back to this. Like, as much as Saleh got criticized earlier in the year for all of his receipt comments, the guys have backed that up. And even, as much as, we make fun of sometimes the 60%, it's kind of coming true because, late in games,
guys are buying into
guys are buying in, and late in games they're coming through. When things are getting close, when it's guys are a little tired. I'm sure they're buying in. They're doing everything they can to come through big. So it's great to finally see a locker room buy into a coach because we haven't seen that in a really long time. It's just, and this defense is really, really good. And again, tons of credit to Ulbrich.
Yeah, I mentioned that last night. The receipts comment, I felt like that was a page out of the Rex Ryan playbook where it's just like the players saw that he stuck his neck out for them, and they were like, you know what, I'm going to run through a brick wall for this dude. I've got his back because I know he's got mine. I think
it's that, but it's also the DJ Reed comments that we got to clean up the communication in our secondary, and it's when Ulbrich made the comment about Quinnen Williams. After all those things, Quinnen Williams went on a rampage. The Jets secondary played a lot better, including Whitehead. I mean, everybody started. They turned the page, and the thing is, they all talk about it, like, and it's like they're vocal about it. Sauce Gardner, Michael Carter, CJ Mosley, it's team, dude, and they are scratching and clawing, and they keep. And Saleh has it in their heads that nobody believes in you. Everybody's gonna doubt you. You're always the underdog, and they're like embracing it. Us against the world. They're saying it. They're all saying it. Like, we know you don't believe in us. We don't care. We believe in ourselves, and they've all rallied around it, man. And it's awesome. And probably mentioned it before, and we say it in all our videos. It's like this is sustainable. This is a young nucleus. The players that are making the impact plays this year are going to be here next year and the year after. I mean, God willing, with injuries, but these aren't Band-Aid guys. Like, these are guys that are going to be here a while, and that's the most exciting part of all of it. Like, it's just, it's so awesome, man. Especially with Zach playing like that, dude. That's you can't beat that kind of stuff.
That allows you to really raise the expectation. If your quarterback's playing well and you got a top 5 defense, you could beat anybody, or at least compete with anybody.
Exactly. I mean, especially when you got a run game. We're doing this. The run game marched down the field. I was saying to myself, like, with 7 minutes to go and we were backed up, I was thinking, like, you just got to run, juice this clock out, get all the way down, get points. In the heat of the moment, the blood pressure would have helped if we scored a touchdown. But, the 3 points, I took it.
But I give LaFleur credit for sticking with it, dude. It's almost like he made a speech to his line. Maul him. This game is in your hands. We're going to run the ball to win this game, and that's what we're going to do. And he stuck with it. And I was like, dude, that was so friggin' impressive. It's like the Green Bay game, dude. They stole their soul. Like, they were the more physical team. They're the more aggressive team. And I don't give a fuck about the safety injuries. I don't care. No. This is still a very good Buffalo Bills team. They still have Von Miller. They still have good players. Who wanted it more? The Jets wanted more in that final drive. They did.
And how about the Jets defense real quick also? 2 minutes left in the game. You give Josh Allen the ball back. In the past, every Jets defense would fold in that situation or at least give up the field goal when we're playing overtime. They shut
Bryce
that shit
Huff,
down.
Dude. That's what I'm saying. Bryce the speed on defense, like the one thing with Rex Ryan's defense is we never had the closers. Like we never had that game-breaking pass rusher that can make the play. Now you got Carl Lawson. Now you have, Bryce Huff. You got, all these guys, Quentin Williams in the middle.
breaking out. Shit.
Right, dude?
Yeah.
It's like it's everywhere. That speed, that pass rush closes out games. It's a threat. You got to worry about it. You got to account for it. You got to bring in blockers to contain them. It changes everything, man. And then you add in Sauce Gardner and Reed. Dude, it's a nice and to be honest, I've been critical of Mosley for parts of this year. He was up once he got hurt and came back in the game. He was like a heat-seeking missile, dude. He was smoking everybody.
You heard the comments from Belichick today too.
Good. You know what that means? You know what that means to me? They got outcoached, dude. That means CJ Mosley's film study, all the preparation was better. The Jets outcoached them and they were ready. That's what it means to me.
Yep.
Yep.
That's
I mean, it's just
preparation. Yeah.
Yep. You guys nail it right on the head. There's so much positives. I mean, it's great to finally see it. And like you guys mentioned too, with all these young players. I mean, and we're doing this too without Brees. He'll be back, and AVT as well. I mean, this offensive line.
And Corey Davis.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And you hope that, but all, Mitchell, Fant, and hopefully Davis all are back for New England. But it's so refreshing. I mean, even Bowles' teams, and Rex's teams, they weren't this young, and Bowles' team, I remember, it was Fitzpatrick, Decker, Marshall, those guys weren't second, third year players. Those guys were nearing the end of their career. I mean,
they were all gone in 2 years.
Yep. Fitzpatrick was what? I mean, on his 10th team at that point.
But it's cool that they're all learning to win together. Like when you see, Garrett Wilson and Zach Wilson walk out the field, Michael Carter, that's your young nucleus. That's like the perfect scenario for you guys. It really is, because like they're learning together, they're buying together. So when they're in the same spot 2 weeks from now, we just did this 2 weeks ago. Like they know they can come back and win. They know they can go toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in football, which the Bills are, no matter how people want to discount it, and you could beat them. Like they're doing it. I mean, and we talk about it, like all the things we said before the season started: win AFC East games, win AFC East home games, beat a good team. Like they're doing all of it. Like if Jet fan now, it's just like, man, like they're doing everything we've asked, and now it's like Primetime said, go to the home games. Like they deserve a sold out stadium the rest of the year because they're going to be in a playoff mix.
Yeah,
they're going to be in the mix.
Every game.
That game against the Dolphins in the end of the year will be a big game too.
Yep.
Go to that game. They deserve it.
I mean, and all three of the home games left are winnable. I mean, I know the Bears have been better recently. Bears are beatable. The Lions are beatable. I know they beat Green Bay, but Rodgers and that team
I don't even care if they're beatable or not. We're a good team.
Exactly.
Like any team right now the Jets face should be competitive with.
Because we just beat Buffalo.
Beat Buffalo, made Josh Allen look
a juggernaut. And another thing I wanted to add on to with the defense, call me biased, Sauce and DJ Reed are the best cornerback duo in football by far. To me, it's not even close. They're the best duo in football. But another thing I want to say about Sauce is that first play of the game, he got burnt by Diggs. And, he hasn't faced, I don't even want to call it failure, but he hasn't faced any real, I guess, it's not failure because it's not like he let up a touchdown, but you guys get where I'm coming from, I guess. Like,
that was like the first big play.
First big play let up. And I was thinking,
and I think I think he was also supposed to have safety help too. It looked like he was sitting in his zone. And
I was also thinking, how will he bounce back from this? Is he going to let it get to his head, or is he going to bounce back and have a great game? And he bounced back and he shut down Gabe Davis, who is very good receiver, very underrated. And DJ Reed did a fine job because for the most part, Reed started to match up on Diggs. Even Carter,
and they shut him out in the second half.
Yep, exactly.
I don't think Sauce gave up another catch after that first one.
No, it was one catch, and he got targeted only 2 other times, and then he had that big interception, which I believe was after Wilson fumbled.
Yep.
So
but the thing is, but that's something that we've seen with Sauce ever since training camp, dude. Like I'll never forget the Falcons joint practice. Sauce got smoked, dude. Smoked back-to-back plays. His coaches, the minute he walked off the field, he didn't complain. He didn't put his head down. He walked right to the coaches and was talking technique, like, what did I do wrong? Yeah. Like and Primetime always said he's the first guy on the field. Like the guy loves the game. He wants to figure it out. And he's a technician, and he's always working on his craft. And I'll keep saying, DJ Reed, as great as he's been as a player, has been an excellent mentor for Sauce.
Yep.
Excellent. Because you figure a guy that plays that well can help him. Just fine-tune it. Film study. Give him little tricks that, tricks to trade of what you can get away with, what you can't get away with. And they're both playing at a Pro Bowl level. They are. There's no way to deny that.
Definitely. And exactly. And DJ Reed, he's also just a leader as a whole on the defense.
Yeah.
After that game against what was it? It was the game. Was it Cincinnati game where he was saying that they need to be better communication?
Yep.
Yeah. Even that, like going out there and kind of holding the defense accountable for a guy in his first year to already play that big of a role in the locker room, and that's pretty big. So it's just so great. And like you
And
guys
it-
mentioned, yeah.
No, I was just saying real quick, like him and Sauce were attached at the hip at training camp. I mean, Sauce was the first
Yep.
one on the field, but then as soon as Reed got out there, almost every single drill, like the two of them were together. Even when the cornerbacks were sometimes doing one thing, like him and Sauce were off to the side doing stuff, working on technique. Like, dude, it was so fun to watch him just taking him under his wing like that.
Yeah, I would always see your guys' videos. Them two would always be working on, little drills off to the side, just the little things, and it's obviously working. But you guys mentioned about like all this stuff, solid at the beginning of the season.
That's because we're thorough, man. We're thorough analysts here, man. We get shit on a lot, but we actually know what we're talking about once in a while.
Every now and then.
But
I gotta talk some shit prime time.
all the stuff Salah's saying, close the gap in the division. We've done that with 2 wins, and they've been 2 big wins at home too. Miami, and we don't have to talk about the New England game, but this Buffalo win was just huge, and it's all young talent. It's great, and now you come out of this bye week. Don't do anything stupid. Cabo and ATV riding, that's for the off season. We're not doing that now. You can do that.
You celebrate some playoff wins. Yeah.
Everybody should join Sauce on Twitch. Play some video games.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. He's got his Twitch channel.
Well, Buzz, before we let you go, man, give out your channel information. We're gonna help promote. See, like unlike other people, we actually help promote. We help the community here.
So my Jets channel is just In the Trench with Gang Green, and it's on Apple Podcasts. So
you do a really good job, man. I'm actually impressed. You're more professional than we are, so that's saying a lot.
That's for sure.
Thank you.
Have a good night, man.
Yep. Thanks for having me on.
Have a good night, man.
All right.
I want to hear him fired up.
Mike, thank you very much, man. You're always super generous, dude. And I just messaged you back, dude. Give me your address. We're mailing you shit. Like you guys that are like, we appreciate the super chats and everything else, and we had the link to the merch in our thing. But listen, man, if you give us we're gonna send you something. We're not like that. So thank you very much.
Or at the very least, dude, if you're going to the Bears game, I'll be there. I'll have the grill, bringing a bunch of food. I got some people that are coming. So
you got people coming, huh? No, look at you.
A couple of friends from work are going, so I promised them I was gonna cook for them.
You gotta behave then.
Yeah. No, I don't have to behave. Nobody said that.
All right, we will go. Let's see what should we go here. We'll go with Charles. What's up, man? How you doing, man?
Good. I'm wearing my Mekhi Becton jersey. As a matter of fact, one of my dad's childhood best friends went to the Jets game on Sunday and ran into Mekhi Becton in the elevator at MetLife Stadium.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
He was like, I can't believe he's the biggest human being I've ever seen. I've never seen
dude.
From what I've heard, he's working his ass off. He's working hard with the coaches, so that's awesome.
He's got a long way back, man. But I'm more about the guys this year. I mean, the offensive line this year is doing some work, man. They're really impressive on Sunday.
Dwayne Brown has played very well.
Just beat the Bills, and we're talking about Mekhi Becton. Like, why?
I tried to transition to saying the offensive line's playing well now. I tried to get him on.
No, I was going to talk about the offensive line as well. So calm down, Primetime.
How do you open with that though?
Well, I just want to.
Jets are 6-3
in jersey.
I'm losing hope. I don't know. Go ahead, Charles. Better than comic book.
Dwayne Brown has played very well. Lincoln Tomlinson, I think, has picked his game up to some degree. I know a lot of Jet fans were very disgusted with his play. I wasn't too concerned because he flourished under the San Francisco system. And I think what really contributed to his struggle was George Fant's injury. But once I think Dwayne Brown got into the lineup, his play got better. Connor McGovern has played better these past couple of weeks. How about Nate Herbig? This guy's a fucking beast. You see that push he made against that linebacker or safety?
Touchdown?
Michael Carter's touchdown. That was a thing of beauty, man.
He had another one on Robinson's touchdown.
He did. He's been, and I've been tough on McGovern at times. He had some monster blocks down the field. Like he's been putting some work in too. So
he's a talent. I mean, I never felt he was a bad player. I thought he was somewhat of a slightly above average player. I mean, obviously we haven't had a great center since Nick Mangold, which is once in a generation for us Jet fans.
Why?
But I think he's definitely a better player than what a lot of Jet fans think he is. But I also want to point this out. This is probably the most complete defense I've seen the Jets have in my lifetime.
How long have you been a fan for?
I've been a fan since 2008.
It's fair enough. I think this defense is better than Rex Ryan defenses.
It's more complete.
Dude, my father feels the same way.
Yep.
My father feels the same way.
That was a better run defense. That was a better.
I don't know, dude. I'm curious to see what the Rankins injury does. That's a little bit of a setback, but this
But
pass
Solomon
rush,
Thomas has played well.
yeah, but I mean, the pass rush alone, the explosive edge rush they have, and the play of Quinn Williams,
This is a more complete
Elmo says I
defense.
owe an
They have a
apology,
better
so
pass
I
rush,
apologize, Elmo, for my rude behavior.
more complete defense, better pass rush, and they're closing out games. That's the biggest difference.
And the
Rush
thing
line
is,
defense.
speaking of Sauce Gardner, to me, when entering this draft, he was compared to Antonio Cromartie, who, with all due respect, was a good player. But he never really struck me as a great player. He's a good player. He was a good player. Sauce Gardner, to me, is like a much improved version of Antonio Cromartie. He's got the size. He's got the arm length. But he has the lockdown skills of a great, great corner.
Let's say just on appearance, I mean, you could say that, they're both 6'3", speed, lanky. I can get that, but I think Sauce is just more of a technician at the position and a more
I
willing
agree.
tackler, too.
His lockdown skills. Balls asked me, "What is my favorite color?" M&M. It's
stay
between the
focused, dude.
green-
You're not answering questions from the chat. Stay on Cromartie here. So but like the weird thing is people are starting to like discount Cromartie a little bit. He had some very good years with the Chargers, first of all, with the Jets as well, though. Tall,
Oh, that
lanky,
was true.
physical,
Yes,
very
that was
fast.
very true. Yeah, like
But-
10 interceptions one year, 100+ yard missed field goal return for a touchdown. No, he had
Right.
some good
Wouldn't
seasons.
tackle, though. He wouldn't tackle, though.
Yeah. So I mean, Sauce makes some tackles, but he's
There was
that's
once or
literally-
twice where he was a little,
the
he's got to
arm
protect
tackles.
himself. I get it.
Revis was
He
great,
led the
though.
team on Sunday, though, in tackles.
Some asshole asked me for. Oh, I keep going. I keep looking
Whoa.
at the comments.
Talk to
Whoa.
us, bro. Talk to us. We got people on hold here.
Don't call our chat assholes.
But yesterday's game was awesome. My dad was super happy. I don't know if I told you guys this, but my dad's been a Jets fan since Joe Namath, and
Mine, too.
awesome. My dad has been through the best of times and the worst of times. This year, he's been
Mine
very
too.
impressed with Robert Saleh. He's been very impressed with
Mine
the
too.
resiliency of this football team.
Me too.
And what very impressed with me yesterday was Zach Wilson. I said this, I commented on this yesterday or maybe
Monday Night
Monday.
Football.
He grew up on Sunday. He grew up in a very big way. Obviously, people say, well, he only threw for 154 yards. I remember Josh Allen in his second year. He didn't line him up his second year.
Don't do it. I beg. Do not. I'm so tired of
Do it,
hearing
Charles.
the Josh
Do it,
Allen
Charles.
fucking comparisons. How about this? Let's let Zach Wilson be Zach Wilson.
No,
and
listen to
stop
me for a
comparing
second.
him
I'm not
to-
comparing him to
listen
Josh
to me,
Allen.
bro.
I'm just saying
talking
that
to
he,
you, dude.
yeah,
like-
but I'm saying he didn't light it up. People were expecting Zach.
All right. What I am tired of hearing the Josh Allen. I'm tired of the comparisons. Let Zach be Zach. I don't want to go game by game. Well, Josh Allen, year 2 to this. I don't care. Let this kid develop at his speed and play his type of game. Right now, his type of game is exactly what we saw last week. Stay within the offense, make easy throws, and use your legs, and see where it goes from there. I don't care about Mahomes. I don't care about Aaron Rodgers. I'm tired of hearing it, dude.
The,
Like,
the only comparison that I think is fair is just to say they both had physical ability. They both
Yep.
had accuracy issues their rookie year. And now they're both showing signs, at least, that in year 2, they're capable of making those adjustments. Now,
I
can
don't
Wilson do it consistently the way Allen's done it? That's
It's-
something that we won't know for
It's just,
long.
and I know, here comes all the bullying shit. This is like the 3rd week in a row Charles has like said shit to me or Kevin. Like, no, like he even said
He
before,
called
like,
somebody in the chat an asshole. I'm like,
yeah, like,
you know.
dude, like if you're gonna say something, like we're gonna respond to you. It's like a conversation, but we're not gonna get like, what the fuck, man. So yeah, but the whole like, just let Zach be Zach, and this and like it's a very, very encouraging performance. That's exactly what you want to see out of him. Now know what you want to see. That same performance
Do it
in New
again.
England. You got to keep building off it. You can't like. There's going to be the roller coaster ride, but you don't want to see a huge drop off. You want to see keep building, man. Keep building, and teams are going to keep challenging you. So
Yeah, it's not that he can't have a bad game, but you want to see at least 2 or 3 in a row where like
Yeah.
you're seeing what you saw on Sunday, the high completion percentage, the smart throws, show that you could do that over several games in a row, and then we really have something here.
I think the chat loves when that kind of shit happens. I think they
Oh,
do.
yeah.
You guys wait for it. They wait, and I think
That's
they
why most
realize
people
when something
tune in.
bad's going to happen because
Yep.
you'll give me the look. I know you give me the look, and I'm like, this fucking guy's got to go. So probably
Sometimes
another
you just gotta
another
kill memories.
subscriber out the window. What are you going to do?
I'll have
Losing a
YouTube
lot of them
channel
lately.
tomorrow.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Can't make everybody happy.
No.
What's up, Mr. Florida?
I knew that was going downhill the first fucking second. When he brought up Mekhi Becton, I was like, here we go. I knew that guy wasn't going to make the cut. It was like watching like America's Got Talent, and the guy comes out and he sucks.
You can't start with Mekhi Becton on a 6-3 Victory Tuesday show. You can't do that.
It's like, hey, I know the Jets just beat the Bills, but can we talk a little bit more about Elijah Moore and like what the fuck are we doing here?
Jesus.
Oh my God.
So what were
Jay,
your thoughts on the game, man? You were there. What were your thoughts on the atmosphere?
My thoughts are Tyson hangs up on a guy and sends him packing and then goes on a Twitter and talks about how he doesn't understand why he gets so much hate in his comments.
You better say hi to Elmo, Jay.
What up, Elmo? All right. So what were you asking me?
Just thoughts on the stadium atmosphere to start the game. Like when we got in there, I know there was tons of Bill fans.
Oh,
and then Jet fans finally took over towards the end of the game. But
I was so ready to be tortured, Kev. Because like
I was being tortured in my section.
I was
Bill
being
fans
tortured.
all over me.
Microwave clock. I can't believe he remembers the microwave clock from the old apartment. That's fantastic. Your chat's amazing. Yeah, the turtle is amazing. The turtle is on fire. I can't even answer questions because the comments are the best in here. But yeah, the turtle's on fire. But yes, so the crowd's going freaking bananas. The Bills fans, they're up 14-3, right? And you're thinking in your head, you're like, this is going to be a real shit show getting out of here and everything. Like this is.
I thought it was going to be a third quarter exit.
They had more fans there than Jet fans. I honestly believe that.
Absolutely,
Like scanning the crowd, like we got loud at the end. It was pretty awesome at the end when like the crowd was rocking. And
those were some fire Jet chants. We haven't heard that shit in a long ass time.
I didn't realize the crowd could get that loud. Favorite color M&M is always green, of course.
There you go. Good answer.
So
they all taste the same though. Just so
you got to multitask on this show. You got to answer Jet questions while being harassed by the chat.
I'm going back and forth, and I smoked not that long ago, so it's a bad mix. Anyway, yeah, it was unbelievable that game. I came up from Florida. Obviously, I was there. Kevin and I did a little tailgate before, and that was fun. And
best win since when?
That win felt better to me than what I honestly firmly believe this. That win felt better to me than week 16 or whatever when we beat New England at home in 2015. It felt better because like the direction of the franchises feels better. Like what felt so great walking out of there was it didn't feel like a fluke. Like the defense is legit. They're legit. They're going to be in every game. It's unbelievable. I don't even know what people are talking about sometimes, man.
This is why our show is
this is why we lose viewers right here. We just get sidetracked.
It's not. It's why you keep viewers, honestly. It's why you keep viewers. Because there's a lot of Jet shows out there, but there's not a lot of Jet shows with Elmo in the comments asking you about
that is true.
crayons.
That is true.
Shit. So what are your thoughts on this whole how the teams handle themselves, man? Like they've been pretty consistent. They seem very resilient. Do you think they've clearly bought into Saleh at this point, right? This is pretty much a whole new culture with this team.
Yeah, I mean, look, I bought into Saleh at this point, right? Like it wasn't that long ago that I was on the show right before the season started, predicting this team to I couldn't figure out a path to winning 2 games in the division. Like we had an argument about that on the show. I was like, this team's a 1-win team in the division. We're going to finish in last place in the division. We're probably going to go 6-11 and fire the coach. I was doom and gloom. Shut me up. I've never been happier to be wrong about anything in my life, but like, dude, Saleh seems like the real deal. The coaching staff seems legit. If Zach can be what he was on Sunday and not what he was last Sunday, he wasn't anything spectacular on Sunday, right? But he was efficient. He got the job done. They didn't ask him to do too much, and he didn't fuck up. And like, that's all we really need from him right now. Like, we've seen teams with defenses that are dominant, and this is going to be a dominant defense for a long time. We got a lot of pieces. And like, I don't want to compare. You just got pissed about comparing Josh Allen, so I'm not going to get myself cut off by comparing this team to like the Ravens defense or whatever. But like Trent Dilfer was able to quarterback them to a Super Bowl because they had a dominant defense. And like, it can be done. Like we've seen that done before if the defense is good enough. And this defense, like as Sauce Gardner, as they play together more, like, show me where we're lacking. I mean, like,
so you're saying definitely playoffs this year. The playoffs should be expected now, right?
Playoffs should have been expected before we beat the Bills. We started the season 5-2 with a relatively weak schedule on the back end, playing some really, winnable games at home, Chicago and Detroit and Jacksonville. And like, when you got to 5 wins, if you figured you could just stack those 3 at home and get to 8, you really got to just win 1 or 2 out of 6.
Yeah.
And they just won one. They beat the Bills. They won one of the 2 games that like this and Buffalo on the road that you would say were the 2 hardest on our schedule. They just won. So like now
Minnesota's going to be tough too, man. That's a tough spot.
Very tough spot.
Buffalo might be without Allen though.
Could be without Allen. You just don't know how the schedule is going to play out.
And you got the Geno Smith revenge game.
That's going to be a tough scenario to walk into and win. Seattle's not an easy place to get a win. Yep. We never go to the West Coast and win games. Like that would be something else if we went out to Seattle and won and beat Geno. Geno's playing well. Props to him.
Yeah, good for him. He's playing really well. It's surprising, but no, right now it's like I think the expectation is playoffs. Like they should go at least 9-8, right? That's at least, right?
That's 3-5 in the second half. Stop.
I'm saying at least. I'm saying at least 9-8.
No.
10 wins.
No. The bar has been raised.
Bar's at 10. It's 10. Minimum 500 second half.
Well, they have 6. So if you win Chicago, Jacksonville, and what do you call it? I just said it before. Chicago, Jacksonville, and Detroit at home. That's 9 wins. So you're not going to win. First of all, if we could just get the monkey off our backs and win in freaking New England.
Yep, that's a big one.
Then you're 7-3, and now it shifts from like almost like a lock to make the playoffs to like let's win the division.
Well, that's good for like tiebreakers and everything else, man,
right?
To get that.
We're already 2-1 in the AFC East and 4-0 on the road. Like that's ridiculous.
Yep,
it's absurd. But I really firmly believe that we're gonna win in New England. You know how many things had to go wrong for us to lose by 5 points to New England? Like that game, every bounce went their way. Every call went their way. Every single thing. We missed our 1 field goal. They hit their 5. We got the roughing the passer. We got, we strip sacked Mac Jones. They fall right on the ball. It's like, you can't make up that many scenarios where shit's going against you again. I can't see it happening again. So I want to go. Tyson and I have been texting. I want to go to that game.
I want to go too.
I want to go to Boston so
bad.
Just for the changing of the guard, because I feel like there's unfinished business, and they have 2 weeks to prepare for it, and Salah's not going to let them forget what happened over there.
And they're all talking about. They've been talking about it all week. Like that's the game they want. So
I know.
I can't wait, man.
It's amazing, but let's see it. They got to do it. I mean, we haven't beaten them in 13 straight games. So I mean, they got to do it.
It's prime time. This is another example of us uniting with our podcast community and having somebody else on to share and just promote happiness, right, Jay? You can talk about the pod. It's fine. You can talk about
it. But I mean, I got your guys back too. Making some nice hoodies and stuff together, right? We're make some magic happen.
You can share your pod information. Share your the show information.
By the way, I used to think that like if I ever stepped away from Jets Twitter, like the chaos would be removed. And like it's more chaotic than ever. Like, Jets Twitter is quite a place right now.
Dude, how nice is it to see like lawyer messages and it doesn't involve you?
It has nothing to do with me. I'm sitting back. I'm like, how are these guys getting into this drama? What is going on? Listen, I don't know what happened. I honestly, I paid so little attention, so I don't want to comment on anything because I don't want to like terrible shit's going on. Obviously, whatever. But like, there's just, Jets Twitter is a place.
I thought this was gonna be a calm week, bye week, 6-3.
Yeah,
shit.
Jay, thanks for calling it, man. We appreciate it.
Nice things around here, man. We can just relax and just enjoy the bye week. Coach Salah told you people on Jets Twitter not to go crazy on the bye week. Like don't get out of shape in the bye week. Let's just take it easy and go. Enjoy the nice warm New York November weather.
Take a deep breath, smoke a blunt.
Good night, man.
Okay.
Night, man.
I tried to give him a chance to promote his pod. You didn't even do it.
Nope.
Tyson and Kevin, what's been your most surprising player this year to me? It's been Bryce Huff or Herbig. Both have played very well with what little we've seen of them. Bryce Huff is a guy we begged to have play earlier on when he's inactive for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You
know who I'll give you for my most surprising? I'll give you Sauce because I did not expect this level of play. I thought he'd be good as a rookie because, Revis as a rookie, he was pretty good. But I remember there were a couple games he got burned. I think there was a game against T.O. He got burned a few times and several other good receivers that he just wasn't ready for as a rookie. And then year 2, you saw a big leap. Year 3 was Revis Island. So I didn't expect Sauce to be matched up, against some top receivers like he has this year and to not only be holding his own, but actually dominating games. So
I expect the Sauce to play very well. I'll give him Herbig. Herbig's a good one. Yeah. I think the impact Jermaine Johnson's making this early too. Huff has been awesome, but Jermaine Johnson comes back from injury, had an enormous play, dude.
If he didn't miss a few games, maybe I'd say him.
Yeah, he's like I think he's been surprising. I thought we all kind of thought that Michael Clemens was going to be a force and Jermaine Johnson would be kind of slow to start, And it's kind of Michael Clemens is doing his thing, but Jermaine Johnson made some real impact plays. So
well, they're handling him the right way too. I mean, he's not really getting a ton of reps, but they're important reps, and he's at full strength and he's making an impact. He's getting to the quarterback, good pursuit, good speed. So
another good one. Quincy Williams has been excellent, man.
Too.
That's another really good one.
How about Michael Carter, the running back or the cornerback?
Yep,
he's been underrated. Somebody we don't really talk about. Sauce and Reed get a lot of the attention. He's fucking playing great for a 5th round pick.
And they're testing a lot too.
Yep.
They don't want to test Reed and Sauce. They go after him, and he's getting his picks. He's doing his thing as well.
Yep.
So, Jay, we're sorry, man. This is the way our chat rolls, man. Like I said, this show is clearly not for everybody, which we were reminded of. So it's cool. It's fine. Let's see. We got
the cat and Fatty should be off limits.
Sure. We got. Let's see. Alan was there. We lost Alan. What's up, Kevin?
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
you're
sir.
good, man. What's up, Kev?
How's it going?
Great.
Doing fantastic.
Good.
Look at you all smiling and happy.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'm loving the 6-3 record. I expected 5-4 at the most. I was really impressed with. Hey, what's up, Elmo? Say hi to Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch for me. But like you said in your video a couple of days ago, we should all be proud to be Jets fans. I think even the most optimistic Jets fans, such as myself, didn't expect us to be 6-3 at this point. I did say that they go 10-7 and get to a wild card spot, but still, with that being said, I didn't expect them to be 6-3, especially with what happened against the Patriots a couple of weeks ago. It wasn't looking good against Buffalo, especially after Josh Allen got that second touchdown. Yep. I'm thinking, man, it's 14-3. It looks like it's going to be 21-3, 28-3, et cetera, et cetera. But give Robert Saleh credit. These guys, a lot of people don't like Robert Saleh, but you can tell these players play hard for him across the board. And so it's a testament to the character of everybody on that roster to be able to come back. Got it to 14-10. Then the Bills guy missed the field goal. Then you had the whole Sky Camp thing. But they kept plugging, and we were able to come up with the victory. And I got to give credit to Zach Wilson on that last drive. He took the sack, and then ended up being the smart play, forced the Bills to call that last time out, and then the defense got it done at the end.
See, the one thing is, like you said, people didn't like Robert Saleh. Early in the season, he was being criticized, and rightfully so, because a lot of things were kind of alarming. Like, this team was a mess. They had no identity. He was making some kind of mistakes. And since then, time management's been a lot better. Game management, the team's prepared. A lot of communication mistakes, the kind of communication issues are going away. You're seeing the fire, the passion. The team is bought into him. They're buying into his message. Like, he's turned it around too, man. Like, and the biggest concern was the defense. Our biggest concern, our whole offseason was like, everybody was saying, what week is Ulbrich going to get fired? That was pretty much a conversation we were having because nobody believed in him. And we're like, if he gets fired, is it Saleh's defense? Who is it? And they've completely changed it around, dude. So you give them all credit, dude. Like, I think everybody believes in Saleh now because you've seen that these young players are now, they're all improving. Like, everybody's growing. The last piece is Zach Wilson. And this was the first week we saw Zach Wilson actually make substantial change where he cleaned his game up, cleaned the mistakes up, and the play calling supported him.
I couldn't agree more. And one of the things that I did notice, and I know Kevin has said, we wanted to at least see them at least be competitive towards the end of that Buffalo game. And they did that. And quite frankly, with them outscoring at, a 58-point differential in the fourth quarter, you kind of saw it's kind of like Larry Bird used to say, in the fourth quarter, that's when you separate the men from the boys.
Yes, sir.
And in the fourth quarter, throughout most of the season, the Jets have been the men and the other teams have been the boys.
Well, and the other thing, too, is something that Primetime I talked about during training camp was the conditioning, the physicality of training camp and everything else. The Jets in the fourth quarter are the more physical team, and they're in better shape, and they're flying around, still doing their thing. Like in years past, and with Rex teams, man, they would kind of fall apart. Yet this team doesn't get winded, man. They seem like you said, they get stronger in the fourth quarter now.
Yeah,
line rotation.
Well, I do want to say one thing about the defensive line. This defensive line to me is much better than the Rex Ryan defensive lines. But one of the things about the Rex Ryan D-lines, they didn't have Chris Jenkins those 2 years. He got those 2 knee injuries that ended his career. So who knows what would have happened with those D-lines if Chris Jenkins had been there, because he was a multi-time Pro Bowler with Carolina before he got to the Jets. He was a Pro
he
Bowler.
was a defensive MVP the first half
Yeah, he
of
was.
his first
Yes,
year with
he
the
was.
Jets.
Right. He was a Pro Bowler in 08 when the Jets had all the Pro Bowlers, including Leon Washington and those guys. But this team across the board, that defensive line is getting after it. And it's making it a lot easier for the linebackers. I got to give props to Quincy Williams. And I was so in love with getting Sauce over Thibodeau. Man, Sauce
I wasn't at the time.
So DJ Reed. I'm loving it.
But Quinnen has been incredible.
Quinnen has been amazing as well.
Quinnen's been a disruptive force. He's shaking double teams. You know, he never gives up on any play. He's always active, man. You know, the quarterback out of pocket, he's chased him down. John Franklin Myers is like, they're all competing, man. Like, but Quinnen's he's lining himself up for a monster payday. Like, he's like a $100 million payday. He's going to be good.
Oh yeah, pay the man. But I also, the offensive line, I got to give it up to Nate Herbig. I mean, I never heard of this guy before, and he has fit right in. Max Mitchell, before the injury, has been a pleasant surprise. I see a lot of character with this team. A lot of fight. Like I said earlier, these guys fight through adversity. And that's what we've been wanting, because in previous years they would wilt under the pressure. You don't see them. You don't see that now. You see them welcoming the pressure. Like,
in the past, injuries would be the excuse. A few guys
Absolutely.
go down and the team would crumble. The offensive line would crumble. We wouldn't get pressure.
Correct.
If somebody was out on the D line. Now we have guys that are actually stepping up in those positions.
Correct. And now, honestly, at 6-3,
Playoffs.
like at 10-7 before, I'm expecting 11 wins now. I think they can play. 11 wins. I still think Buffalo is probably going to win the division, even with the Allen injury, whatever that might be. But I think the Jets are going to get a wild card spot. They're going to get the 4th, 5th seed. And I live in Kansas City, so I'm hoping they can get a playoff game out here.
I'm down. I'll go to that. I'll go to Kansas City. No problem.
That's right. I got plenty of space out here.
Kevin, this is. I mean, these are definitely exciting times. I think everybody should be talking playoffs, and rightfully so. And this is. Like, it's you have to be proud to be a Jet fan now. Like, we've been waiting so long for this feeling, man. Like, you wake up, you're happy about football Sundays, you're loving Victory Mondays, and you're seeing all these young playmakers. Like, we're talking about Pro Bowl players on both sides of the ball. I mean,
think about in years past when the bye week was here, we would be relieved. It's like, all right, a week away from the Jets, we can watch some good football. It's like, now I'm like, I wish the Jets were on this week. Shit.
That's right. And what you're seeing, what you were saying about Pro Bowl players, you're looking at Pro Bowl players that aren't even in their 5th year. Usually we had Pro Bowl players in their 10th year, 12th year, 14th year. Now you're looking at guys in their 2nd, 3rd, 4th year that are playing at the Pro Bowl level. So just imagine, I'm excited to see what Joe Douglas does in the offseason, what they do in the draft. Let's see what else he can bring. Because
I'm excited about the Patriot game in 2 weeks. That's what I just want to beat the Patriots.
You know what?
Dude.
Speaking of that, one last thing. When Breece Hall went down and AVT went down, it was all, we were all doom and gloom. But I think when he acquired James Robinson, I think that was a message to the locker room. Despite all these injuries, I still believe that you guys can make the playoffs this year. Yep. It wasn't exactly a playoff mandate, but they were 5-2 at that point. And Joe Douglas is like, look, I believe that despite all this, you guys have enough talent, enough character, enough ability to make a playoff push this year. I'm not talking about winning playoff games, but I'm expecting you guys to at least make the playoffs this season, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, they didn't stand pat. They went out and got a guy that they know can play and plug and play. And he played well last week, too. Touchdown. It was awesome. Yes, Kevin, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, guys. Take care.
Great call. No, that's an excellent point, man. Like, Joe Douglas done a lot of really good things, man.
Hell yeah. Him and the coaching staff. I mean, you give both of them credit. Having all these backups that are actually ready to play, knowing their assignments, doing their job. I mean, you're finding the right guys, but you're also coaching them up, too.
Sneakers to boots. The question is, are you going to the Bears game? That's what I want to know. That's what we need to know. Let's see what we got here. What's up, Joe?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
How you doing, man?
I'm good. I haven't joined since that first time a couple weeks back, but first thing I wanted to say, I want to go back to that whole Josh Allen thing. I'm not going to compare him to Josh Allen, but what I want to do is point. No. Listen, I want to point out, like, when we started hi, Elma. When we started this year, we said we want to know what Zach is by the end of the year.
Yep.
I think after the way it's unfolded, it's actually better if we don't. It was like that with Josh Allen after 2 years. If we know that he's not the guy after this year, that means he played like shit the rest of the year. But if we play well and win games, he's not going to play like lights out and be great. We need him to just do what he's doing. And at the end of this year, we're still going to go into next year saying the same thing.
But no. But see, I disagree with you respectfully, saying that if he plays the way he played last week, the rest of the year, that's actually an improvement from last year. And that's something to build on for next year. So it's like you're knowing that you're encouraged that, you know what, we're not going to go into the offseason saying, no, we got to bring in Derek Carr or something else. Like, Zach's our guy. We got to tinker some things, and he'll take another step. But this year, like now,
well, I said the problem was a week ago you were worried about him regressing. Like his completion percentage was going down. He was going back to bad habits, turnovers, missing easy checkdowns, and things like that. Just not making good decisions. So if he can continue what he did on Sunday, higher completion percentage, actually moving the chains, playing within the offense, to me that is an improvment from where he was at the end of last year.
It's still an improvement. What I'm getting at,
a building process.
What I'm getting at is like, if like at the end of this year, if he goes for the same stat line the rest of the year, and we win like every game, like hypothetically, like, or you go whatever, like 6-2 or whatever you do the rest of the year, and we win in this with the same formula. At the end of the year, you're still saying, damn, we're a good football team, but we still don't know if Zach's going to be our guy after their first contract kind of thing. And that's a good thing, because then in the next year, he comes in, improves. That's all I'm getting at. I don't want to have to rely on him the same way that we did this week. Like, just make those throws when you have to, take off when you have to, and just do that the rest of the year. Like, what I'm saying is I like what I saw Sunday, and that's improvement. I'm not saying it's regression. I'm not worried about Zach, but I don't want, if we're like this the rest of the year, then I think that's the best place to be. If we have to start relying on him and he does it, then fine. But I would be perfectly happy seeing the rest of the year going.
I like that they can feature the running game. The running game could do a lot for him. It takes a lot of pressure off him. Then he could just spray the ball around, do those things. But I think there is going to be a spot where he's going to have to be forced to make some big time throws. Like, he actually made the big throw to Mims last week, dude. That was a money throw in a big spot to help win the game. So,
and that's what, like, if he has to do it like one time on a big drive like that, or twice, like, that's where we need to keep it. But if it's getting like, and I mean, we've done it. I think like the Patriots game was the only one where we were like, oh fuck, Zach, what the fuck are you doing? But like, I think,
I mean, he had the big comeback against Pittsburgh also. I mean, you can't discount that one.
I still believe in Zach. I'm not saying I don't believe in him. I'm just saying,
like, I agree with what Tyson was saying. At some point this year, you're going to face some defenses that are absolutely going to take away your run game, and he's going to have to almost put the team on his back and show he can make some of those tough throws. And on Sunday, he did it. On Sunday, he showed he was
all I'm saying is the more we limit that, the better. The more that we're like winning games this way, the better. And
you can rely on your defense, your running game, and then there's less pressure on Zach. But I think he's going to have to make more throws. But I think if you put him in an offense like last Sunday where it's quick reads, get rid of the ball, he can make all the throws. And then he could also do some, like he could take some deep shots as well. So I think you'll see him progress, but I think he'll be a lot more comfortable because now he's getting in rhythm in the offense. He looks more comfortable. He's more comfortable in the pocket. We haven't seen that in like 3 weeks, dude. He was running around skittish. So now he's getting more composed. I think he's going to have a better feel that what the team wants from him now. Like, all right, this is what they want me to do. Like, stay in the pocket, get rid of the ball. Like,
he didn't retreat from the line of scrimmage as much, which was huge.
Thank God.
That stuff can't happen.
And he ran for first downs. Like, he actually ran forward. Like, he took off and got the first. The one slide was terrible though. He kind of fell forward. I'm like, just fall down.
Yeah, I liked when he lowered his shoulder at the end though. That was. I mean, I like it personally.
Listen, man, I'm in the world where I just want to see Zach slide, get up. And
for Buffalo, it's okay. For Buffalo, New England, divisional games, playoffs, that's fine.
But I thought it was fun. The other thing, I think the Bears aren't good, but out of the 3 games that we are all chalking up as wins right now, that's the only one that gives me a little scared, just because as good as the defense is, running quarterbacks, we have to get better with it. Like, that's what's
been awesome.
Yeah, he's been really good. So I don't know. I still think we're
Lamar Jackson week 1.
That's true. That's a good point. Hopefully they bring that back, but I don't know. Yeah. I'm excited.
Joe, I'm glad you're excited, man. This is it's a fun time, and everybody's ripping your blinds to shreds, man. So next thing you gotta.
That's fine. This is a lobby in my military barracks. So.
Nice. So you guys should all feel ashamed of yourselves.
Take that all back.
I want you guys to check this out. This guy right here. This is Kita. He's my buddy.
What's up, man?
His dad is a Bills fan, and he didn't know that the Jets beat the Bills until just now. So
go Jets!
I just wanted to find out. Put him on the screen real quick.
That's awesome.
Joe, thanks for calling in, man, and thank you for your service too, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Be good.
Have a good night.
Have a good night, man. That's fun.
See, now you guys in chat should all feel like shit. Yep. See, everybody's taking shots at the poor guy. He's
serving this country, man.
All right. Good call. It was funny when he was trying to make his point. I was like, like I don't agree with this point at all. And I said I was trying to be respectful, and like everybody's like, "What are you respectful?" I'm like, you
Well,
bastard.
once he explained it, then I kind of understood where he was going with it. But
Yeah,
I'd still like to see that Wilson does have the ability, like if needed in a game or two this year, to just put the team on his back, have that 300, 350-yard game. But what he did on Sunday is more than enough.
Yep.
More than enough.
If somebody can find me a good connection for tickets, I'm 1,000% in. I'll go up Saturday night, party my brains out, and go to game on Sunday. I've already been looking, man. The ticket prices are insane.
Are they
Absolutely.
really?
Like playoff tickets.
Nah.
Yeah, dude. Like second level is like almost $300.
How much for upper deck?
Oh, man.
Or you don't do upper deck, right?
No, I don't. It's just kind of how that rolls. All right. We will go to Joe. What's up, man?
Boys,
What's up,
how you
Joe?
doing? First of all, after I got off yesterday, not yesterday, Jesus Christ, like 3 weeks ago, you guys were all
Ooh,
like,
caused chaos.
this kid didn't see the AFC Championship. Whatever. That was one of my favorite memories of my childhood.
Are we seriously
was
talking about 3 weeks ago right now?
both
The
of those.
Jets are
I just wanted to
6-3.
bring that up because that was
No,
ridiculous.
I explained that afterwards.
I'm 23, like.
No,
fucking love it.
I remember very vividly when I was 10 years
I
old.
know.
I saw 1998. Like I remember those things very vividly.
Shit was
but, like
awesome.
most of your like adult life, or growing
I
up
was
as a
sober.
teenager, at least
I
like,
was
you haven't
sober
really
for
seen
it.
much.
That
Yeah,
sucked. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
But regardless, we just beat the fucking shit out of the Bills. Like we physically beat the shit out of the Bills, and that was amazing to watch. And right now, like the way we're playing, we look like exactly like the 49ers look, the way they play. Like we're physical on both lines of scrimmage, talented on both lines of scrimmage. We're fucking athletic everywhere. We fly around. We just beat the fucking shit out of teams. It's beautiful to watch. And I think, like, I would always hear Saul in these press conferences talk about how, like, there's like a 101 level, a 301 level, a 501 level. Like, the defense is so simple because you want the guys to play as fast as they can, yada, yada, yada. I always thought that was all bullshit. Like, that would always piss me off. I'd be like, these guys are NFL players. Like, 501 should come 3 weeks into camp. And, like, it pissed me off how they'd say we're simple. Like, get a little creative. But it's showing right now. Like, it worked. Like, they play so fucking fast. No one looks like they question a thing on that field on the defense side of the ball. They see the ball, they go get it. Like, there's no lapses in coverage. It's so beautiful to watch.
I don't know if you saw the breakdown from Orlovsky too, just detailing like the coverage disguises that they were putting in, and like the sauce on the interception. Like he did a nice breakdown on it.
Punching bag.
And I think that's why like they were able to get pressure too. Like Allen was having a tough time like reading the coverages, and he was holding on to the ball like Wilson was the week before.
Twice.
Yeah, we don't
we
blitz
were in
at
his
all.
face all day.
That's for the caller before you.
That was fucked up. They're roasting. Fucking
Jill's a good caller too, man. No, you made a really good point though, dude. We made fun of some of Sal's expressions too. Like when the Jets were losing games, we're cracking jokes and all the cliches, all the slogans. This team's bought in, dude. They've all bought into it. They're all playing for each other. And it's funny, after the game, they're all saying solid comments. So like, us against the world and this and that. And like
it resonated. It resonated. And he had a young team and he molded them the way he wanted to. It is so fucking fun to watch. And Sauce, like I think I said it on the show before, but like September of his draft year, I was like, this kid's stud. And seeing him just look as good as he looks, I haven't seen a rookie corner. Like it's amazing the way he shuts guys down. It's absolutely amazing. It's one of the most dominant rookies I've seen in a very long time. It's so easy for him. Like it's beautiful. I can't say as many times like how fucking beautiful it is to watch this team play. And like the one thing I do want to stress though is last time I came on the show, I mentioned how 3 weeks in we were all trying to fire Saleh, fire Ulbrich, and like we just need a little patience. Like shit's gonna go wrong over the course of an NFL season. It's 18 weeks. And like I don't think it can be shown as much as like the reactions. I'm not talking about you guys, so don't jump down my throat, but the reactions 2 weeks ago to Zach, he didn't look like a superstar, but how much a kid can improve in 1 week. Just be fucking patient. Like we lose a weird game.
But the weird thing is
1 week though. It was 3 weeks.
What I don't understand.
2 weeks.
What I don't understand is when Zach played poorly against the Patriots, I didn't say he sucked. I didn't say he was a bust. I didn't say any of that. All we said was he has to play better. Here's the things he has to improve on. Here's what Mike LaFleur has to improve on. And it's not, I mean, if you watch bad football, do you say, okay, it's bad, but I'm going to call it good? No, it's bad. And some people go off the edge and say, some people literally hate Zach and they wait for him to fail to say he sucks. I actually like Zach. I want to see him become a Pro Bowler. But along the way, you see things that you don't like and you comment on it. And
Well,
like last week,
I was frustrated after last week. I was at the game. I paid for tickets. Pissed me off. But I think also a lot of the heat, like Orlovsky went on that show and he was talking about how he looks like arrogant and he looks like this cocky young quarterback. And I honestly don't think that was true. Like those guys know a lot more football than me, but I don't think that was true. I think a cocky young quarterback is throwing a million picks, trying to rip balls up the seam and trying to throw perfect posts down in double coverage. Like, isn't that what he's doing? He looked hesitant and like confused. Like
I think where he rubbed people the wrong way was in that press conference after the game. When you're a second-year quarterback that has accomplished nothing in the NFL, if you start becoming a prick to the media, and he's lucky he played well the following week because then you kind of get a pass. Like, all right, you let it slide. Yeah. Those kind of little things with this media market, like where the guys like Cimini, they live for shit like that, dude. Because they know they can get to you and start irritating you.
That was part of Gino's problem early on in his career.
You're exactly right.
That was part of Gino's problem.
I was mainly talking about his play on the field. Like, I felt like he looked hesitant in that New England game. You look at the picks, it would be the first pick was, oh, should I throw it? There's a guy in my face. Should I throw it? And then he lofted over a guy. The third pick is it's a third down, whatever, and like, oh, should I throw it over the middle? Should I throw it? Oh, no, I'm nothing there. I'm just going to throw it up, see what happens. It's like a punt. And then the last one, it was just like, I don't know if I should fucking throw this out of bounds or not. And that's going through your head. But when you decide to throw it out of bounds, your body isn't there yet, and you halfway fucking put it on the sideline. It gets picked. I think he looked hesitant and a little confused, and that's a lot easier, I feel like, to work with coaches than a kid that just doesn't give a fuck, and he's just ripping the ball over the field, throwing 4 picks. Like, I mean, you saw he was ready to learn. He listened to what the coaches told him. He sat in the pocket. He looked very decisive last week. Like, that was a big difference. He dropped back. He saw a guy.
Got rid of it quick. That was the biggest difference.
There was no play. He tuck and run. Like, there was no play. He'd throw it away. He wasn't thinking. He knew what he wanted to do when he saw the defense. And like, I don't know, that was very promising. But the rest of the team is fucking awesome to watch. I haven't seen this. What were you saying, Kev?
No, I was saying, hell yeah. I mean, like, that's the progress you want to see from Zach. If he's able to give you that with the way the rest of the team is playing right now, top 5 defense and a solid running game, you can win with that formula. We've seen it work before with Sanchez. Yeah. I think Wilson has more ability than what Sanchez had.
But I also think this team is really resilient, man. They overcome a lot of adversity in these games. Like a lot of younger teams would melt, they'd fall apart, they kind of cave in. This team, like, dude, it's even like the stupid penalties, like the Justin Hardy penalty, like little things. You're like, oh, this is gonna be the thing that's gonna break them. The sky cam, whatever little stupid shit. Zach's fumble, like you're like, this is gonna be the minute where they blow the game, and they always prove you wrong. And that's where you're kind of buying that respect now. It's like, all right, they're proving us wrong. Like the same old Jets would lose these games. They're not losing these games. They're doing a lot of really good things, and all facets, special teams, defense, and offense. They're all contributing.
Yeah, you see their toughness in the way they play. Like, they beat the fucking shit out of you. Like, I can't say it enough. It's beautiful football. Like they're gonna run right through your mouth.
Impressive, dude. That fourth quarter drive running the ball was impressive. That
was more tougher than you. Like, stop me, and they couldn't. It was amazing. Stop me. Yeah, and they couldn't. Like, it was so. And Quinn Williams, like you guys were saying, like he's playing like one of the best players in football. Like. Period. Not defense tackles, not whatever. Like, he's playing like one of the best players in the NFL, and he got a lot of shit for being drafted 3rd overall. And we had 2 years in weird systems, and then he had a 3rd year where he came off hurt in training camp. And it's awesome to see him show what he can be. But I think that the goal's got to be like, I hear people coming on here saying 9-8 would be great. Like, yeah, before the season, 9-8 would be great. Fuck that. Like, we can easily win 4 games going forward. What would that be? 4-4 down the stretch?
4-4 get you to 10 wins. And
easily.
Probably a playoff
I think we should be thinking like the other guy said, 11. Like the Jags, Lions, and Bears, like nothing's given in the
talking division isn't crazy right now.
Yeah, and I mean, we've beaten the Dolphins, we've beaten the Bills, and we've shown we can beat the Patriots. And I think the other 2 games of the Seahawks.
That game next week is, dude, they got to get that win, dude.
You beat New England, you get to 7-3, 3-1 in the division, then you're really talking.
But you got to get the conference record there, the tiebreaker, all that shit. You need that win. Yep. You really do. I think it's monumental.
I think the main issue against the Patriots is we are a much better team than them.
Yep.
But I think it was so much closer last week because they match up really well with us. Like, they will match our physicality. They're tough as shit. They'll beat the shit out of you. They run the ball. They stop the run. Like, they do everything we do well. So when we kind of get into these games, instead of taking a finesse team and drag them to the 4th quarter, like, that team's not going to quit.
Yeah, we gave him the ball 3 times with Zach throwing the ball like a freaking hot potato. So
I agree, and I think I just said we're a much better team than them. Yeah. We should fucking beat them. But
I think mentally also they made too much of that game. Like with Buffalo, they came in with that underdog mentality, like us against the world. I think they looked at the Patriot game a little bit differently. Like, all right, we got to slay the giant, but it wasn't like
What do you think they're doing this week? They're doing the
think-
same thing this week. They're
Well,
like
I
coming
think
in like
being on the road is beneficial because I think at that game at home,
yeah,
you could feel the tension in that stadium. Like everyone was just waiting to fucking explode and start chanting Jets. And like, I think a little bit of the pressure taken off. Obviously, it's a tough place to play. It's gonna be loud, whatever. But I think just like you said, kind of going in there with an underdog mentality and just like, let's just fucking go play ball. Let's try to beat this team instead of having the whole crowd, the whole stadium's like happiness. You could feel it resting on your shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
I think that'll be beneficial to them. But like you guys said, it's a game we got to win. And if we come out of this 7-3 through 10 games, like, fuck. I want to win a playoff game. I want to get to the playoffs. I want to win a playoff game. It's not a mandate, but
you never know what's going to happen year to year. Take advantage of the opportunity while you have it.
You never know, man. Just making the playoffs, anything can happen, dude. Anything can happen in the playoffs, especially with this kind of defense. When you have this kind of defense, anything can happen.
Look at the last few years. The last couple Super Bowl teams, and no one expected them. The Bengals, no one expected. The Niners, no one expected.
Even the Titans, when they made their runs, Derrick Henry, their defense was ridiculous.
Yes, yeah. I mean,
Broncos
even
that one
Bucs
year,
team,
Manning wasn't playing good at all. That defense carried him.
That Bucs team had Brady, obviously, but they were 11-5, and like they were a 4 seed, and no one was picking them in the Super Bowl that year. Like, you should get hot at the right time. You get hot. I mean, I'm not thinking that already, but I want to get to the playoffs. I want to win a fucking playoff game. I want to be hard to beat, and I think we built a team that can be hard to beat in the playoffs. We rush the pass, we run the ball, and if Zach doesn't turn the ball over, like we're fucking hard to beat. It's awesome to watch. Awesome,
Joe. I think this may be your best call.
You say that every time, Tyson.
I think this is maybe your best one.
Always come and surprise you. I'm gonna go up to New England. I'm gonna bring you with me as my bodyguard. So when I talk shit, I can just have you
100%
defend me against all the Patriots fans.
Have a good night, man.
All right, you too.
Have a good night, man.
It is so much fun doing a show like this where everybody's happy. It's like refreshing. You can deal with anything pretty much.
You get tired of arguing after a while.
Yeah, it's no fun to it's like this is like enjoyable until now.
It's relaxing. Oh no, don't do it.
What's up, man?
What's up? All right, before we get high, I'm gonna say that preemptively.
Smart.
All right, so I want you to guess. I just bought a new Jets jersey, so I want you to guess which one it is.
Why'd you do that, Vincent?
Sauce Gardner.
Please don't be Sauce.
Yeah.
Fuck, there goes his career.
He's done.
Right to the shitter.
He's done. Why would you do that in the middle of the season? Come on, Vin.
You can't help.
Well, what color did you get?
I got the one that they had that was on sale. The one they had on sale was the green one.
Well, let's see it. You're leaving the bed. Take it out now. At least we got to see it.
Yeah.
You're gonna curse the guy's career. At least show us how you're cursing it. You got the green one?
Is it authentic? At least.
Oh yeah, no, it's authentic. It's authentic.
Let's see the back. All right, it's legit. All right.
See, if I was gonna get a Sauce jersey, it would say Sauce on the back, not Gardner. I would get a custom made.
Yeah,
That's
no.
Well, I'm not rich like you, prime time.
If you're gonna spend money for a jersey,
I don't have.
I'd rather Sauce than
She
Gardner.
got an Elijah Moore jersey.
Yeah, right.
So what's up, man?
I'm just excited, like after last week going to that game, having the unfortunate luck of every Jets game I go to, they end up losing. I was just frustrated, like that, and just watching this game and watching them go. Like they showed you the winning formula in this game. Excellent defense for the most solid special teams outside of one moment.
Right.
And then, having Zach be in a game manager role, run the football, pass when you have to. That's the formula. That was the problem with that Patriots game, is that they didn't have that formula. They didn't run the ball much, and they asked Zach to throw it way too much.
Well, I mean, the defense also fell apart with the penalties, and special teams also choked as well. Zach gets a lot of blame for the Patriot game, and rightfully so, but they all played their part in that loss.
Oh, no doubt. But like I said, they shot themselves in the foot way too much.
Yep.
So you look at this game right now, they won, and right now you're seeing this stuff with the act.
Might have
And
to go.
unfortunate news with the Josh Allen stuff. I don't want to see guys get hurt.
Yeah,
but it does open an opportunity.
So you want to take advantage of it.
I'm just saying that it's unfortunate, but
because we've been there plenty of times. I mean, that's football. Shit happens.
Shit happens.
Nobody's shedding any tears for Jeff fans when
started the
we've
season
had
with
half
Joe
our roster
Flacco.
injured.
We
Exactly.
had Joe Flacco playing.
Nobody was shedding any tears for us. So
like I said, you take it like when it happens, it happens. You got to find a way to move on and overcome it. But hey, look, there's a possibility. Like I can't believe that we're here in November and we're legitimately talking about the division.
It's wild.
I mean, think about it. Like the last time the Jets won the division, I want to give you context. These were the top blockbuster. It was 2002. These were the blockbuster movies of 2002.
Might as well.
Armageddon.
So like you got Spider-Man, you've got Lord of the Rings, and you've got My Big Fat Greek Wedding. Those were the biggest. Those were some of the biggest movies of 2000.
But you know what? What's wild is for years. By this week, most years we're talking draft. We're talking what coach do we want? Who's gonna be our next quarterback? Like we're talking tanking. Got to lose this game. Like this has been the first time in a long time we're actually doing something positive.
It's not just that, but like, I mean, just playoffs. But actually talking division is just insane. I mean, can you just imagine? It would also be fitting because you think about it. Think about it.
Fucking almost killed me tonight, man. Oh fuck. Yeah, good, but sorry.
All right, yeah. So okay, I will ask the TV so high is because underneath it is the cable box and my Xbox One. So that's probably
pretty high.
What kind of stand is that on? Is it like a dresser?
Yeah.
Okay.
The cable box and the Xbox is there. So that's
How many rows are in that dresser?
I think it's
like
9.
Big one.
6.
Damn.
Yeah, a lot of clothes.
A lot of t-shirts.
Yeah. So like I said, honestly, because it'd be fitting if it. Could you imagine the Jets won the 20 years after they won their last division title? After also the same moment where a coach whose team was doubted made a comment.
That's true. Like Herman Edwards.
Yeah, played to win the game.
Receipts.
Well said.
And then honestly, like I said, if I were to, the schedule's not too bad after this. I mean, let's be honest.
How many wins?
Well, look, we should win. There's no reason you shouldn't win. Your 3 remaining home games, they're all against bottom feeder teams.
Okay.
I get the Bears have Justin Fields, but that's really it. If you can contain him, you should be able to handle the rest of that team. The Lions are just terrible.
How many wins?
All right, so let's see. I'm probably going to go in 11 plus.
Oof. A lot of 11-win talk tonight.
Well, like I said,
Devils are actually winning games now?
You should
Of course. Not like
Rangers. When did that start?
You should beat the Patriots. You should beat the Bears. You should beat the Lions. You should beat the Jags. And the Jets historically have beaten the crap out of the Vikings.
That's a tough game, man. That's not your same old Vikings, man.
Dude, they haven't played him in 4 years.
I know.
The Vikings only ever beaten the Jets 3 times, though.
What does that matter?
It's a new stadium.
Was it Zach Wilson? Was it solid?
That game will probably be flex. It'll probably be a night game too.
Well, that's perfect. Kirk Cousins chokes in prime time.
True. Very true. Vincent, thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it. That's a good call.
Have a good night.
Congrats on your jersey too, man. It's nice. All right. He shared his jersey. Connor, what's up, man?
How's it going, guys?
How you doing, man?
Big dub for the Bills.
You got a question for Kevin, you said.
Yeah. I had a question for Kevin. It was actually in relation to Johnny getting his ice cream. That guy, I saw that he was like right in your section.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah. From all the videos I saw of Johnny at the game, he was like right next to you.
No.
Yeah, he was right next to you. So
I
wanted to ask about that first of all.
I'm glad you told me because I had absolutely no idea.
Say hi to Elmo.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm the only Jets fan from Idaho out here.
Idaho better say hi to Elmo or he gets very angry.
Hey, what's going on, Elmo?
There you go.
It's pretty brutal being a Jets fan out here. I've gotten nonstop hate since I was a child at this point.
Idaho.
But
what team is popular in Idaho?
Who? What team?
Yeah.
The Broncos and the Seahawks. Okay. Yeah.
You don't have snow yet, do you? Is it cold there right now?
It's already snowed, man. It's already been snowing. Wow. Yep.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, it's been pretty cold already. Cold, wet, snowy, windy. Yeah, it's been pretty miserable, but it's been good. It's been good because the Jets are winning. We should have beat the Bills or the Patriots for sure. That was just a dud, and we're gonna get the Patriots back after the bye. I honestly don't believe that we lose another divisional game this year.
Whoa.
So
You're beating
5-1 in the division.
You're beating the Bills in Buffalo.
5-1 in the division. We're gonna beat the Bills in Buffalo. Josh Allen's gonna have another one of his bum ass games.
Wait, so how many wins are they getting in the other 5 games in the second half?
I think that we get 12 wins.
Whoa, Jesus.
So I assuming that's winning the division also, right?
Yes, that would be winning the division.
You're going for the gold tonight.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, Buffalo.
We might be talking number one
especially
seed at
if
that
Josh
point.
Allen's hurt. They're gonna lose a few games down the stretch here in the next couple weeks.
We're talking home field advantage in the playoffs.
Yep.
That's why that Patriot game next week is huge, dude.
Oh,
you
it
got
was
You
big.
got to get that game, dude. You got to get it.
The next one's big, but man, if we had that first one,
I know.
oh man, that game was painful to watch, but
Painful to sit through.
So I got a question for you, Connor.
Yeah.
Right now, if you had to look at this team as of 9 games, who would be the MVP on offense?
On offense?
On offense.
I want to say Brees Hall, but he's not playing anymore.
Exactly.
It still might be Brees Hall though.
Could be
Kinda-
Garrett Wilson.
Now,
He kind of carried
now-
the first 6 games he was healthy.
Who
Nate
is it?
Herbig
Who is it?
or
Isn't that weird though? Like if you think about it, it's just
Herbig
like
or Michael Carter.
who
Herbig's
like that
playing
just
well, but
shows
he's
you
not-
how
not your
many
MVP.
it shows you how many pieces are actually contributing that there's not one standout on offense. Like you say, well, Herbig's been good, Garrett Wilson's been
Mhm.
good, Conklin's did his thing. You know, you look and then you go even go on the defensive side of the ball, you could say, well, it could be Quinnen, it could be
Quinnen or
Sauce, it could be
Sauce.
DJ Reed. It could be
Yep.
any of these guys, man.
And honestly, CJ Mosley's been a very underrated player
He played
for
really well last week.
the last 2 years. Nobody gives him enough credit, but that guy's been clocking nearly 170 tackles a year.
Yep.
That's a lot.
His knowledge too. I mean, you can't replace that. His ability to
he's the
diagnose
quarterback of
plays.
the
Yeah,
defense.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah, no, CJ Mosley is a very underrated piece. And I mean, we could say Elijah Moore because once he went down, then everybody else has stepped up. I mean, that guy ran how many empty routes for?
Bro, he had to run
against
20
the Bills?
miles on Sunday. He was going back across the screen over and over and over. He's definitely in shape. He's got his cardio and he's definitely in game shape because all he does is run around in circles.
It almost
Oh,
seemed
we can
intentional.
send him on a million go routes now, and he'd be just fine.
He's in motion like 3 times. Then he goes down the field. Then he goes off the field. That's perfect.
We should make him a defensive back.
Just might as well. It's just
He'd
wild.
be better than say Ashton Davis or Lamarcus Joyner. Joyner's been all right
Joyner's
for
been
a couple
stepping up.
weeks, but
He's been better.
I mean, Elijah Moore knows how offenses run. I mean, he could run with them.
Apparently.
He can catch balls. I'd be okay with that. So
I think at some point, probably coming out of the bye, they'll get him some opportunities though, because I think teams are going to start focusing even more and more on Garrett Wilson, and they're going
Yep.
to force you to go to other
Is
options.
he really going to get those opportunities though? If Corey Davis is coming back and apparently Denzel Mims, you know, the light bulb went on,
true,
he's
too.
earning those reps. Like, is he going to jump any of those guys now, or does somebody else
And-
have to get in?
and Denzel Mims has not been creating a bunch of penalties like we're used to.
Oh, he had one last week, didn't he? I think he had.
He
one.
did.
Didn't Moore have one on Sunday, like a false start or something, or was I drunk at that point?
That was Mims.
Oh, was it Mims?
Yeah, that was Mims.
I thought
That
they
was
said
Mims.
number 8.
No.
I was clearly
Yeah,
hammered.
that's unfortunate.
He
but
was busy running him back across the field.
I was planning on going to the Seattle game, but flights
Do
from
it.
Boise to Seattle are $1,000 a pop because it's on New Year's, and then you
Oh,
got
that's
hotels,
right.
and then the tickets. I mean, just for myself, that's $3,500 probably.
Damn. So no, you do is you save your money and go to the Jets opening round playoff game.
Yep. My fiance wanted to go to the Morgan Wallen concert. I was supposed to go to the Denver game, and I made a deal with her to not go to the Denver game, and instead went to a concert, and I'm pretty bummed out about it.
Look
so.
at you, how nice of a guy you are, though.
Yeah.
Look at all the
That's
love
not
that
going to
you
happen next year. I can promise you that, especially if we're in the playoffs this year. That's not happening.
But you see how good you're a good boy from those. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm trying to be, man. I'm trying to be.
Thanks for calling,
Well,
man. We appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, guys. Have a good night.
You too,
You too, man. Good talking to you.
So you had Johnny Ice Cream in your section. You didn't even know it.
Dude, I would have noticed him if he was. I didn't see him at all. There's no way he was in my
I
section.
thought he was in the mezzanine, not the upper level, right? I think he's in the mezzanine.
Oh, maybe he was. Yeah, because I mean, I'm second row in my section. So if he was, I think he was like first row wherever he was.
Yeah.
I would have seen him right in front of me.
Yep.
Maybe he was like a section over, or maybe mezzanine. I don't know.
So we could let's bring on random man. We can talking Devils hockey. What are you talking?
Quick rant, man. What the?
Yeah,
Devils.
I got a quick rant that's completely Unrelated. It's not unrelated. Primetime, you said that you were having a pretty so-and-so time at the game. A lot of Bills fans. You didn't have to watch the game on TV. Let me tell you something. I had to stare at Josh Allen's wispy mustache the entire game.
It was
The
terrible.
entire game. It turned to him. Drinking water? Hello, Elmo.
Yeah,
Then
but did you hear my experience though?
No, the broadcast was terrible.
yeah,
dude.
I
The
did
broadcast
hear
was
about that.
terrible, dude.
There were Tyson. I don't know if you watched any of the show last night. There were probably five or six Bill fans, all chicks, right in front of me, obnoxious as hell. Weren't even paying attention to the game. They had like a boyfriend and his fiance. I guess they were sitting right behind me, so they were row 1. They had friends sitting row 3, and they were just going back and forth like the whole, like not even watching the fucking game.
Oh.
Like it's the worst, dude.
Were they hammered too?
They weren't that bad.
Yeah.
But the conversation was just like, about like vacations, honeymoons, like just
nobody-
nothing
yeah.
to do with football. I'm like, I'm trying to watch the fucking game, and they're just like screaming right over me.
But
At
the
least-
broadcast was
No, I
terrible,
would have
dude.
rather just
At least
watched
you actually
Josh
got
Allen.
to watch the game. What we had was the Sky Cam got cut down. The
Yep.
Jets immediately
Watched
turn it
that.
over. And then after 15 minutes of commercials, we turn it over. They go to a commercial. I didn't even get to watch the game.
Terrible.
You can, every play that was kind of questionable, you want to get a replay on and kind of analyze what happened. They never showed the
Nothing.
replay.
Forget
ever.
it.
Never. And when they would come back, like come back from the break, you're like, all right, they're gonna show it to us now. They give us some horseshit stat, or they show us Josh Allen sitting on a bench. Like, show us the play. Like,
We
it
were
was-
gone for so long. We're all Bears fans now. We're watching Bears games.
We were watching Bears Dolphins because they changed the game during Skycam. They had Bears Dolphins on. We had to do play by play for that.
They actually changed the game.
Yeah, they put
Changed
Bears
the
Dolphins
game?
on. Yep.
That's crazy.
And the Dolphins were winning too, which didn't help.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was bad, man. So bad. So how excited are you, man? Jets are 6-3.
So I'm very excited, but the season's going to come down. I've been like really looking into this in the future, and the season's going to come down to 3 games. We're at the Patriots, we're at the Bills, we're at the Dolphins. I looked at like the New York Times has this like simulation playoff thing. If we win 2 out of 3 of those games, our chances of going to the playoffs go up to 96%. We don't have to win another. We don't have to win at home. That the season comes down to that, and hopefully, we'll win other games. We'll beat the Bears. We'll beat the Lions.
Is that because that's because of the conference tiebreakers?
It's just because not only that, also because all of the teams in our division are also in the wild card spots, so they also knock them down. I mean, it's just we just gotta play the same game we've been playing. Maybe a little bit tougher against the Patriots, but we'll get to there. Hopefully, we don't have to worry about that. They have the bye.
It's going to come down to that Dolphin game. I'm telling you, it's going to come down to that
I don't
Dolphin
want
game.
it
Last
to.
game of the year.
I hope they don't need that one.
It has a feeling.
I would love to have already.
So
clinched the
what's
division.
what's your prediction on wins?
I mean, I don't think I can predict wins, but I think
Sure you can.
Why not?
You pick a
They,
number.
they have 8 games left. How many are they going to win?
8 games. I think they'll win at least 5.
So 11 and 6.
11. Yeah, I think they're going to win the division. That's my hopeful. I don't know about what seed. I think that
11 wins is going to be enough for the division.
I think that the Bills, it's going to come down to the Dolphins game, but I think that we could get in front of the Bills somehow. I mean, we basically already it was basically already a road game. We just basically played a road game. There was all Bills fans. I mean, we could beat them at Buffalo as long as the weather is somewhat manageable.
Tough place
but-
to play though.
I'm not going there.
Sure.
Every time I say we can beat them in Buffalo, it never happens. So I'm not going to say that. I will not ever say that ever again.
Yeah, that's fair.
I've said it 3
but-
times. They've lost all 3 times.
I mean, I don't know. I really am hoping. That's all I want. I just want a home playoff game. Not in my life. I've never had a home playoff game, let alone I went to New England. I went to San Diego back-to-back years to the divisional rounds. I just want a home game.
I'm with you, man. Brandon, man, quick rant, man. Thanks for calling it, man. We appreciate it.
No problem. Have a good night, guys.
Good talking to you, man. Have a good night.
Let's call him the wrong name. We will go to our good buddy Afram.
What's up?
How are you, gentlemen?
2022, year of the Jets.
You're damn right. First of all, I want to say good luck to Jeff Saturday with the Indianapolis Colts. Great move.
What in the fuck are they doing? You see
They're
the play
smoking,
caller?
baby. They're smoking good stuff down there. I'm telling you that.
Clearly, Jeff Saturday
And-
had to have had Irsay's ear.
Yeah, well, he
the
told.
first 9 weeks.
Hey,
of the year.
Elmo, what's up, dude? Balls, high balls. You have to keep it. And did you hear Orlovsky said there's, he's been talking with Saturday as well. He wouldn't be surprised if he goes down there as a coach of some sort.
Oh, wow.
Whatever. Bills went in blue and white, left black and blue. So great game. It's I'm looking at this defense, and I've been around, so I'm looking at the 2010 defense.
Where have you been around?
I've been around, all around, and the 80 and the early 80 Jet defense with Klecko and Gastineau, and this probably as a whole more in sync than the other two. As a whole.
Yep.
The 81 Jets had a better. I hate to compare because different playing styles back then versus now, but they had you had two pass rushers that had 20 plus sacks at the same time. They handled the run a lot better back then. Plus, I think they're more conventional 3 linebacker. Set.
But do you think this defense is better than Rex Ryan's defense? Because I think it is.
Oh, yeah.
More complete.
More pass rushers.
There's no giving up 3rd down and 20s.
Yep.
Rex was notorious of giving up those. That defense was notorious.
Big difference in the 4th quarter too.
So is Greg Williams.
Yeah. No, but it's it is. It really is. If you have the pass rush, you don't have time to throw it down 20 yards. And that's what they have.
It's game breaking talent. They're disruptive forces where it's like Jermaine Johnson, Bryce Huff, Carl Lawson, Quinn Williams. Like we have guys that have to be accounted for now. Like you have to worry about guys coming off the edge, and it's relentless, man. They take one guy in, it's impressive.
And they're doing it without blitzing. Rex relied heavily on the blitz to get pressure.
Exactly, because he didn't have pass rush.
We're just rushing the front.
But he was like that. I think he was like that in Baltimore as well.
Yep.
Yeah, he did. But the other thing is just the way they're playing and our depth, but is a lot better than those two teams, the 81 Jets and the 2010 Jets. Guy would got out. We got guys coming in and really doesn't seem like we've lost the step.
Look at the offensive line, man. Like the offensive line is like you're doing a game, like you're doing a game preview, and you're like, "Fuck, Von Miller's gonna have 6 sacks, like this, that." Like you're just like, "How are they gonna handle this?" And they're just signing guys off the street, and 2 weeks later they're starting and are mauling people.
And that last drive, you could see they wore down that defense.
Yep, they sure did.
You saw they wore down that defense. They didn't care what pass rushes; they just ran it down their throat, and they kept getting chunk after chunk, and
it's
just
becoming routine now.
Clock. They killed the clock. That's all you needed to do. It was a simple get 10 yards, get 10 yards, get 10 yards, keep it out of their hands, and it was a simple game.
But you got to give first of all, you give credit to the offensive line because they were just mauling people. But I was so glad that LaFleur kept doing it. Like so many times the Jets would run the ball and they start passing the ball, getting all fancy and shit. Like they were like, "We're going to steal your soul and we're going to keep doing it until you stop it." Period. I loved it, dude. It was like that nasty mindset. I loved it.
Even early in the game, like I was upset they weren't getting Elijah Moore involved, but it was working with Garrett Wilson. He was beating his guy. Like keep feeding him. You got a true number 1 guy that can get open and catch the ball. Keep feeding him. Like we haven't.
I hope in 3rd and short yardage he throws that tight end out for the 2 yards. It worked perfectly.
Yep.
I think it'll work every time. You don't have to run the ball down on the 3rd. Try to get the 2 yards. Do that. If you set that up, then you might be able to run the ball.
But they even did like the thing that we've been begging for is they would roll Zach out where he had the option. He could pitch it, he could throw it, or he could run for it himself. That's 3 different plays you have right there. And the defense has to wait. They got to wait to react. And it gives you so many options, dude. It was like the play calling, man, was so encouraging last week. And like Zach looked comfortable. The defense was off balance. And the offensive line has just been, I'm telling you, the offensive line coach, dude, it's just been an unsung hero of this team.
All these guys. It's just everyone believes. Everyone believes. You heard what was it? Michael Carter.
Yep. If your dog believes.
S and Y. Yeah, I don't know. He's always whining about something. He said, "We don't care what everyone says. We don't care what they think. We only care about each other."
Yep.
That just said it all. Zach had a good game. Didn't have to be a cowboy. He didn't have to be a hero. It's not necessary.
Made a big play to Mims. Game on the line.
But that's the thing. You play the game like you're supposed to, and your opportunities will come when needed.
Yep.
That's when you need it. Is when there's that 1 or 2 plays that relies on you to throw the ball. You don't have to throw it every time. You don't have to score a touchdown, a deep bomb every time.
He's getting heckled in his own house.
Him?
Exactly.
He whines every 5 seconds.
He wants more big plays on the offense.
Yeah, he just. He's a good dog. Plus, my son went out, and now he whines a little bit because he's close
lonely.
to my son. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
so let's talk about the serious shit now. How many wins is this team going to get?
Well, I go. Listen, I said 10-7. I'm
Yeah,
going
you
to
got
stick
6.
for that right now. I'm sticking
Playoffs?
with my 5-1 in the division.
Oof.
I'm taking every game as it comes, one at a time. Okay.
It's a little
It could be
disappointing
more- it
that
could-
we're going 1-5. The other games though that aren't.
I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm going with that now. I'm taking everyone. It could be more than 10. You know, I'm not going to veer off of it.
Okay, now I have a more important question.
I have that little worry that if I go off of it, things will.
That's good. Be consistent. Stick
So
with
now,
it.
say based on what's going on with the Jets going to the playoffs, will you go to the playoff game with us?
Wait and see.
That's
Come
a
on,
that's a
man.
Tyrone answer.
No, Tyrone's a clairvoyant now. We don't have to worry about that. Tyrone, you know, all of a sudden he's going to start feeling up articles and find people that are missing and all. But how can that be successful? I was like screaming at this game.
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised. You know, I'm surprised that even if I think if the Bills hit Zach with the team bus, they still wouldn't call a penalty.
There was two. There was two.
There's at
penalties.
least 2 helmet to helmets that were pretty blatant.
Yeah, yeah.
And one on Garrett Wilson too that wasn't called.
Yeah, right away. And let me tell you something. There was more holding on that offensive line of the Bills on our defense. I just couldn't believe if we only got like 1 or 2 calls out of that. I mean, it was blatant.
Yep.
Holds. They couldn't handle them. That was the only thing they could do, and we just don't seem to get those calls. You know,
Wait, hold
but-
on. What's Kyle saying here? Hold on a second. Yes, if there's a playoff road trip, dude. The Jets make the playoffs. We're all going. Who we kidding? Like,
We'll get a
absolutely.
bus. We'll get a bus.
And you do a shotgun every 45 minutes. Even better.
Yeah, listen, I went to that 2004 Pittsburgh game where they lost. And let me
Doug
tell
Bryan
you, listen,
game?
the Doug Bryan game, and nasty people, just nasty people.
I went to the championship game when they lost. That was brutal in
Yeah,
Pittsburgh too. They were complete clowns out there.
They just no, but they didn't do anything anyway. I can't, you know, this weekend. I don't know what to do this weekend. It's just
You know what you do? Spend time with the family. You exhale. You just regroup.
Yeah. I do
Just,
that
you
all
know,
the time. you
Release
know.
some toxins out of your body. You know, just kind of feel good and just
Absolutely.
rejuvenate yourself because you're going on a road trip with us, man. We want you healthy because you're gonna have to come out in a playoff game with us.
I hope so. And it's like you don't know. This team's just getting better. You just don't know what this record could end up being. Really, you know.
AFC is wide open right now.
It is.
And to think everyone thought the AFC West was like the.
I thought so.
Okay, and
yeah,
now
cream of the
look at what Josh McDaniels has done to the
Could always do
to
this.
the Raiders.
Could always do this.
Why would we do that?
Nobody wants to talk about Notre Dame these days because they only beat number 4 team in the country.
Do we want to talk about the ranked Florida State?
So I'm talking Notre Dame. All you haters out there, including the one up there. No Notre Dame comments this week, I guess, right?
Brian
Yeah,
Kelly.
we haven't talked. The guys, no one's brought up Notre Dame. at
Haven't brought up
all
Brian
this-
Kelly.
Nobody
yeah.
says shit.
No.
Notre Dame
Brian
loses.
Kelly.
Notre Dame lose. I get 85 tweets this
brought up
week.
Brian
Silence
Kelly.
everywhere.
Listen, isn't it nice that everyone is like always
so
talking? Everyone's so happy now. Is that's you know, guys, don't go crazy. It's just everything has to develop, and to think if this offensive line solidifies and gels, guess what? Now you have two trenches that are going to play well, and they do have to get. I think they have to get Elijah Moore involved a little bit more, because now you have a dual threat. You'll have 3 threats if you can get these guys going. You don't know who to cover at that point.
Yeah, but the only thing is, primetime is right though. You bring back Corey Davis, Denzel Mims is going to have some kind of role now. You still have Berrios, and you got Garrett Wilson.
Just spread the ball.
Who the fuck are you going to spread it to? How many?
They're not going to use 5 receivers.
And you have both tight ends.
Oh, but I'm saying, whoever is on the field, just spread the ball.
They will. I just don't know if it's going to feature Elijah Moore.
Getting catches.
Regardless, that's what I mean. I mean, whoever's on that field, you got to spread the ball so they don't know who to cover, and you take advantage of that, and that just helps your running game as well.
That's true. I agree.
It's just going to be, God willing, this season. 2022,
Magical.
baby.
Playoffs.
2022,
Playoffs.
Man. 2022.
I want playoffs.
Ephraim, great talking to you. Rest up. You're coming with us to the playoff game. You're coming. There's no excuses.
We got to get a whole section for the playoff
Have
game.
a good night, man.
You got it.
Have a good night, man.
Bye-bye.
Right now, he's like, oh, shit. They're not going to back down from this.
Tailgating with Ephraim. Can't
I
wait.
know. What's up, Sean?
What's up, guys? How's it going?
What's up, Sean?
Man?
I did
watch the game.
I did watch the game. Yeah,
I watched the all 22.
I was I had the stream open, and the Seahawks weren't playing at 1, so I just had the stream open alongside the game. It was a crazy game.
Elmo, you're invited, but are you gonna wear your Elmo suit or are you gonna be yourself? That's the question. What Elmo will be coming to the playoff game?
That'll keep him warm though. January.
They would be. Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what's up, Elmo?
There you go. Smart.
Yeah, I think the best word to sum up the way the Jets, like the biggest strong point for the Jets in the Bills game, was that their defense smothered the Bills offense. I think that's the best way. And obviously there's a play on words with that with Sauce, smothered by Sauce.
Yep.
It's exactly what happened. They kept, I think Stephon had 92 yards or something, and half of that came in that very first throw.
They shut him out in the second half. DJ Reed was awesome, dude. DJ Reed's a really good player.
It's crazy, and what I say about DJ Reed back in I think June or July in that call, I love DJ Reed. I'm honestly pissed that we didn't pay him. I think he's getting $33 million over 3 years with you guys or something like that. It's a bargain.
How old is he? Is he still young?
He's not that old. 28 maybe or 27. He's not old.
He's not super old. He was drafted not too long ago in 2017.
He's young.
Yeah, he's 25.
He's really 25?
Yeah, he's young.
I thought he was 27.
He was drafted in 2018 in the 5th round.
Yeah, I knew that was the end of his rookie contract. I just thought he's 25 years old. No shit.
Yeah. He's a great player. There's this kind of trend of former Seahawks playing well on the Jets, former Jets playing well on the Seahawks. It's we're always connected. We have the same record.
Yeah,
we both had a bottom 5 defense in the first 3-4 weeks. That now we have a top 5 defense.
You guys actually got something out of Brandon Shell a few years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, Brandon Shell. I mean, Ogbue's playing. I feel like your offensive line coach is getting more out of Ogbue than we ever did. He was only with us for a season and a half, but he wasn't that good. Also, our offensive coaching, our offensive line coaching staff has been pretty shit for quite some time. So that's another reason why. I also think what's so impressive about the Jets is that they're on a weekly basis dispelling so many notions about same old Jets. The sky cam or bad interception, bad quarterback play, ruining good defenses. But it's not happening because they're always finding ways to eke out wins. They're not letting any the sky cam bullshit. They didn't let that ruin their momentum. Whereas in years past, even in the stream, Tyson, you were like, oh, this is it. This is going to be the sky cam game. This is where it all gets derailed.
Romeo started it. Romeo was the first one started. I was
Romeo.
Oh.
I got to go back and watch that now.
Yeah.
I think the cool thing about the NFL too is and I think this especially applies to the Jets and the Seahawks. One good, it's such a team-oriented game, is that one good draft, if you knock it out of the park, one draft can set you up for years and years of success. Forget free agency, forget re-signing veteran guys. That's part and parcel. But one good draft is what it takes to get you at that level.
Look at the Jets have got 2 back-to-back. Look at the guys that are all contributing, man. You got Michael, the whole Michael Carter, then you got Garrett Wilson, you have all these guys like Sauce and Jermaine Johnson.
And imagine next year when you're getting all these guys back that are injured.
Yeah, exactly. You get those guys back. I think Breece Hall for sure. I think he can
ADT.
make the Pro Bowl next season. Probably should have won Offensive Rookie of the Year this year if he was healthy. And
Elmo would have shot.
it's gonna be a tough game. I'm not gonna take anything away from Sauce or Geno. It's just gonna be a good matchup. I don't know who Sauce is gonna be on. Obviously, we got like months until
Tyler
that
Lockett
happens.
probably.
I mean, it could also.
I thought he'd be on DK.
Actually, DJ Reed might be on DK just because I don't know, because Sauce might be taller, right?
Yeah, Sauce is much taller.
Yeah, Sauce is taller. He's got that frame, and DJ Reed, I think he's better with the routes, like just keeping up with guys who are really, really agile route runners. DK is not as good a route runner. Tyler Lockett, his bread and butter is running like really, really agile routes.
Force.
Exactly.
They don't use Lockett out of the slot. Not that I want to start looking like 5 weeks ahead at game previews, but
They occasionally do, but he's mainly lined up on the X or mainly lined up on the Y. I don't really see him on the slot as much anymore. Our slot guy's mainly D. Eskridge this year. He freaking sucks. We should have gotten Creed Humphrey over him, but that's a whole other topic. But yeah, like it's going to be a tough matchup for sure. But it's crazy how like similar the paths have been for both of our teams, and I always seem to call in when like both of us win, which is also pretty cool.
But to me, it's like the young, exciting talent for the Jets is making a difference. Like even a guy like Bryce Huff that nobody really talks about, he's making play after play every week. That's like big game-changing plays. It's just speed, athleticism. For a long time as a Jet fan, man, the Jets always lack speed on defense. We would talk about it in the draft. We need sideline to sideline speed. We need explosive guys. Then you watch our defense, and they're slower than shit, and they can't get off the field. Now they're getting off the field, man. They're disrupting guys now.
Yeah.
That's
It
cool.
also does beg the question. I don't know why Bryce Huff didn't play more games last year, unless I'm mistaken.
even this year, the first 3 weeks he didn't
This
play.
year too, yeah. Because like he killed it. I don't know why I remember this, but last preseason, like 2021 preseason, Bryce Huff was getting sacks like every freaking game.
Yes,
and
he
he
was.
didn't see as much
Yeah,
playing.
last
time.
year he was getting lots of pressure.
And
Yeah,
this year too. Yep.
Yeah.
There was a time last year we thought he was the best pass rusher on the team because he was the only guy making an
Yeah.
impact. Because Carl
Exactly.
Lawson was out for the year.
Exactly. It's crazy. Like this has nothing to do with the pass rush, but it's crazy how, let alone two, but like one lockdown corner can do to your defense. Like it's insane the amount of pressure they're able to like capitalize on and actually finish on. And I think that's only going to get better with the Jacob Martin signing. Well, I think his like pressure rate is at 16-17%, which is like top 10 in the league. Obviously small sample size, but he gets pressure. He gets pressure fairly frequently. And it's from that same kind of Fangio school of defense
Martin.
that Salah's
Yeah, he's traded.
affiliated
gone.
with. Wait, trade away?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Boo! Boo!
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Boo! Off the stream. You were out. He thought you were out of here. What are we doing here? No way. Out.
I was trying to wait and see where he was going with that. I was like,
What?
Wait,
He's
Jacob
talking about a
Martin.
person not even on the team. Out of here.
And I mentioned that too, like a half hour ago, right? Didn't I bring up Jacob
Yeah.
Martin? Without Jacob Martin, Bryce Huff's gonna be active. When Steve brought it up, I guess he wasn't listening.
So now to my favorite caller of the evening. Yeah, we just everybody can take a shot to Sean. Right now he's like, he had a good call going too.
I
He's
know he
dropping all
did.
kinds of good knowledge, he's doing good stuff. Got another players on the team, man.
Just those damn Seahawk fans.
I know
what's up,
Jose loves
Jose?
that shit.
Damn it. Never win anything. My God.
What's up,
What's going on,
Jose?
Jose?
Hi. I'm doing good. I'm cold as hell, but I'm
You got COVID?
no,
Or you
I'm
cold as hell?
cold as hell.
Yeah. Why are you cold?
It's rain. In LA, it's a miracle. Rain in LA.
What's the temperature out there right now, though?
60.
Oh,
Fuck, dude. I think 60 every day here, man. We're like 48 and gonna be
yeah,
raining.
Sunday it was like 78. Now it's like down to low
Yeah.
40s tonight. I'm like, what the hell?
But 60 and wet.
Sounds like Primetime's last girlfriend.
Why does my ex-girlfriend always get brought up in here? I haven't had a girlfriend in years.
You feel me?
Gotcha, Jose. Jose, is Elmo ever coming on your podcast?
Elmo, you are welcome. You are welcome anytime.
Only if he's in costume, right?
Gotta be in costume though.
Yeah.
He fires out
Yes.
some funny ass tweets though. I gotta give him credit. Some of the shit's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Whoever the person is behind that account, I don't even think he's allowed to tell. Like, it's got to be in the full Elmo garb. Otherwise, like, yeah, that's
So something interesting happened to me on Saturday.
You got married.
not late.
No. I was
That would be
streaming. I was streaming the Tennessee Georgia game. By the way, Tyson thing. Congrats on Notre Dame.
Thank you, Jose. I appreciate that.
Terrible this year.
But the final week of the college season,
Oh,
it's gonna be war.
it is USC.
Prime time.
What's that?
Congrats to you. Seminoles beating
Ranked,
Fucking
baby.
Seminoles.
Ranked, baby.
beating a terrible Miami team.
Yep. Consistent all year. Consistent all year.
Miami is
But
terrible.
still, a win is a win. But anyway, Saturday I was streaming the Tennessee Georgia game, and of course, with the account of a, and there is a grown man with his kid. So I think it's the grown man,
Mm-hmm.
the adult. So I let him on. And then I hear a kid. I'm like, oh, heck no. Hell no. I'm not letting a little kid
Right.
on the stream. This can't end. This can't end well.
Nope.
So I said, sorry, kid, you're just a kid. You gotta go.
Yep.
You gotta go. And he typed in the chat, oh,
Curse you out.
I understand. I'm like, well, at least you're nice.
Yeah, of course. Not like we deal with.
I thought you were gonna say he cursed you out.
Yeah. We do that shit. We get roasted for 20 minutes. We used to see it's funny when we first started doing the show. We used to have kids on all the time. We used to have Ben and what the hell's the other kid's name? Ben and
Kyle.
Kyle. Yep.
Yeah.
I still talk to Ben now. Ben's doing great. I talked to him a little while ago.
And Elias.
Yeah, Elias was young too. What the hell's he been?
I don't know.
He's fired. He comes back on. He's fired.
He's doing his baseball podcast.
Yeah, no more musical
he's
director for him.
not.
He's out. We need a new one. He's fired.
New intro.
Yep.
I know a woman who makes good intros.
Hook us up. We need one. Elias is fired.
I was
John. Hook us up, man. You're the big shot up there in the West Coast. We're just two clowns on the East Coast.
Tim could probably do an intro for us.
You probably could.
That would work.
He would love that.
No, I was looking. Since you were talking about the rest of the schedule, if you pull up the receipts,
Uh-oh.
I agree with that. Affirmation said 10 wins.
10
But looking at the rest of the schedule, I am going to change that to 12 wins.
12 wins.
Yeah.
How high are you out there? What the hell you been smoking? And why aren't you sharing?
Can I just say it's amazing how many I told you so's about 10 wins I'm hearing this week. I remember maybe like 2 or 3 of them in the off season, but
It was 7, 8 wins, maybe 9. Everybody's
I'll trust you that there's receipts there.
yeah. Our
No,
receipts stay out there because our videos are always up, but these
Now you can go back and listen. I agreed with the affirmation.
okay.
And said 10 because I never disagree with my uncle.
That's fair.
Uncle Alfred.
If the Jets won 12 games, I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'd be a disaster. I'd be the most shit.
We might be talking home field advantage throughout the
I would be
playoffs at that
unbearable.
point.
I would hate myself. I'd be just a jerk fan. I'd be taunting
I
everybody.
wouldn't know how to handle a home playoff
Me
game right
neither.
now.
I wouldn't, but dude, talking about just qualifying for the playoffs, I'd be unbearable. Imagine winning the division.
Yeah, but being at home though,
Jesus Christ, I'd be
I would start tailgating. Like I would just get a
I'd be
hotel
there on
room just
Friday.
to tailgate.
The crazy
Yeah,
thing
2 days
is-
before. Be right
We'd
across
be
from the
unbearable.
stadium. Just walk
Crazy
over.
thing is- sorry to cut you off.
cut us
you're good,
off. We suck.
The crazy thing is, we're all in the same position before.
Yeah, but you've won a Super Bowl recently.
Hold on, let me finish.
No, you won a Super Bowl. We're not in the same position. The Seahawks have had success with Russell Wilson. We never had a Russell Wilson. We've had shit.
No, I mean the three of us as content creators.
Oh.
People are leaving comments on my channel saying, "Oh, the Seahawks are definitely making the playoffs," and I'm replying saying, "I'm not saying anything until it happens."
Oh, don't be a chicken shit.
I'm unsubscribing.
Come on,
That's
Jose.
it.
You got to go down in
I'm out.
flames, man.
Yep.
I'm unsubscribing.
Yep. Now,
No, man.
what kind of weak shit is that?
Jose,
on.
do you understand how much shit I get when I post preview videos saying the Jets are going to lose, especially the Bills? All this shit I got to deal with after the game.
Yes, I do.
Gotta go down in flames, man.
Yes, I do. Because I made a Jets video yesterday.
There you go. You make more videos than Tyrone does.
He actually did 2 last week.
I'm
shocked.
Well, a
One of
1
them
minute video.
with questionable
1 minute,
audio.
1 minute video doesn't count.
1 minute video, which is
Doesn't count.
ironically the same amount of.
Don't say it. Don't. Don't. Nope. Saw that one coming. Nope. Denied.
Jose, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it. It's always
Guys, I
good.
love you guys. I have 300 subscribers away from finally being monetized. So
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you
300
guys
more.
for that.
Tell you what, if it happens before the new year, I'll do a shotgun on your channel.
Me too.
All
I'll do one too.
all right, sounds good.
I'm down for that for sure.
Hopefully
Have a
I
good weekend,
can make
Jose.
it out. Love you guys. Have a good night.
man.
Later, dude.
Later.
Wow, we had no fights this show, did we?
That's crazy. No, we didn't.
Not one fight?
I mean, you hung up on a few people, but no fights.
I mean, if you're talking about a player that's not on a team anymore, you're out. And then who was the other one? Charles, right?
Charles, didn't you hang up on Steve too?
That's 3.
Or did that end amicably? I don't remember. Might have been 3.
I did hang up on him. What did I hang up on him for? What was he saying?
I don't even remember.
Oh, he wouldn't let us talk.
That's right. Yeah.
I hung up on 3 people. Jesus Christ, man.
3 out of what? Like 12, 25%. That's not bad.
Jesus Christ.
That's not
Now I
bad.
feel bad. We're supposed to be happy right now.
They got plenty of time to talk before you hung up.
Yes, that's true. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Enjoy the bye week. We got a free weekend to just enjoy life a little bit and get ready for Patriots week next week. So have a good weekend.
Be good.